phone keeps fucking going off about people saying that I'm some paid shill or whatever.
That's because you are. You kind of self-reported, but you should have put this video and then just left this one.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have made the second video. You shouldn't have hit the second tower, bro. You hit the second tower. You hit your own second tower. You had fucking 2 towers and then you hit both of them by yourself. You hit your own second tower. That's fucking wild, bro. 9/11'd himself.
Oh, I My name is OnePeg. So there was a video that Not Like This made where,
even though this guy's got like no brains
in a couple of spots, and he also made mention of how he believes Iron Mace is a predatory company that is a video game company first, company that is trying to become a bigger company first, not a company that's trying to make a quality video game. Says that they are participating in a bunch of shady stuff, some of which I agree. But also at the same time is calling out Iron Mace, saying that Iron Mace is being predatory. Tries to rope in content creators like myself and others by saying that we are like towing the Iron Mace line because we signed NDA agreements and the like. So I want to shed some light on that stuff and talk about what it is that I guess content creators, at least myself, because I can't really talk about anybody else, are being accused of, and try to as best as I can shed some light on everything that is going on. Okay, because I think in some of these cases I have a little bit better of an understanding than Not Like This does. Okay, so first and foremost,
OnePeg is a nice guy. No, he's not. No, OnePeg. I don't know if OnePeg is a nice human exactly, but he's definitely something in terms of like the creator sphere. I mean, he got ousted from Tarkov because he kept making like super fucking bad fucking takes and like just saying stupid shit, and then he did the same thing in Dark and Darker like forever.
Foremost, he goes through and talks about how Iron Mace he believes is being a predatory company. Talks about optics and performative actions versus real ones focused on solving true problems. He says something here about also about gaslighting, which I think is a little bit ironic because anyway, he talks about anti-cheat, saying that I am promises they take it seriously and created a private.
Me, I'm 30.
I have never, ever, once, ever written a message to SDF saying that barbs needed to be nerfed. Ever. Not once.
Focused on solving true problems. He says something here about also about gaslighting, which I think is a little bit ironic because anyway.
Well, if it's one thing we definitely needed in this Dark and Darker wipe, it was additional barbarian buffs.
He's gonna say that gaslighting is ironic, and I bet you, without a shadow of a doubt, this whole video is gonna be a gaslight.
What shot me? What in the arm?
Created a private Discord for only streamers/creators to report. This is untrue. Take it seriously and created a private Discord for only streamers/creators to report. This is untrue. There is a section of a content creator.
No, that is a blatant lie. That is a blatant lie. So originally what happened was they made a separate private Discord for people to report. Then afterwards, they shifted the content creation stuff from the official Discord, which is why I couldn't find any of the fucking texts of Grayson saying we don't make money from skins, and they put it in that other Discord. So
like meeting
that's a lie.
That has a report cheating section.
Originally, the whole Discord was just people reporting people repeatedly over and over and over and over and over again. It was like crazy how much the reporting was going on. It was like it was only cheat reports, and I didn't even know how to fucking use it because it was you couldn't even see. They set it up so you couldn't even see who was reporting who in case someone was reporting someone that was quote unquote a streamer. You couldn't see anything of the reports. It was like you still can't really see anything, but like it was like this. Now, like, I get it because streamers get stream sniped and stream snipers are more likely to have no morals. So they're likely to cheat more. So I get it. But like, the thing is like, it doesn't matter. The fact is it sets a precedent that you're taking streamer reports more serious than other people's reports. Not that they were doing that anyway, because like people reported in there all the time and no one viewed the video anyway, but it's the what's the word? The sentiment was still there. It's like, okay, my streamers, my preferred players that are bringing people to the game.
Associated with it that is available to all of the people that are listed as content
Jeffrey
creators.
sitting in the cuck chair based.
The purpose of the Discord is not to report cheaters. It's like one of the sections that exists in the Discord.
Maybe I don't have a card for OnePeg, but maybe we call him One Lie, like One Lie. Or maybe we call him One Truth because he only says one thing that's true, and then the rest of it is a lie.
Yeah, I've never even used it. I don't even. Maybe people are. I have no idea. But I've never even used that. In fact, like if you looked at my account, like I've never even reported somebody for cheating. I'm like,
Well, yeah, of course you're playing normals, dude. You can't even get out of the fucking normal dungeon. No shit, you didn't report someone for cheating.
I don't know, unless it's like super egregious. I have no idea. And maybe I'm taking this a little personally because like he talks about me specifically at a couple of different points, which is a little bit weird to me. But you know, whatever. He then talks about how like what gaslighting is, denying or twisting facts, events, or the victim's feelings.
What did he say about you, bro?
Making them feel like concerns are invalid or exaggerated, changes the subject or questions the victim's thoughts, minimizes and dismisses people's feelings, telling them that they're overreacting, lying about or denying something, refusing to admit the lie even when proof is shown, and be adamant they did or said something even when they didn't do that, or blame them for...
Yeah, I did say I was going to play with Zuffy, but then, like, the video got way more interesting than it should have been. Like, I listened to it at work, but I didn't really watch any of the stuff. I was just listening, so...
something that wasn't their fault and make them feel like it, okay? So I just want you to keep the gaslighting thing in the back of your head, because he accuses IM of gaslighting, but in my opinion, he's also doing a fair share of that himself when it comes to the community. So he talks about, at first, that Iron Mace had several seed rounds where Iron Mace was invested in by Hybe, who owns BTS, and also had some different VC rounds where money was injected into Iron Mace. And then says that there's the potential that they could also be getting invested in by Tencent, which is a huge investor in a lot of game studios. You can see the massive list of games here that Tencent and studios that Tencent are invested in, games that are widely celebrated by like tens of millions, if not more, people that play all of these video games. And for all of the things that they are criticized for and predatory monetization in games like League of Legends, people still play them by the millions. There's like 1 billion friggin' players in League of Legends and Fortnite alone. Like, there's so many people playing those games that the predatory monetization stuff, like you could say, well, I'm never going to spend a penny on that game, and they don't care, right?
Yeah, but that wasn't his... Again, like, this is why he's calling you a gaslighter, you fucking... That wasn't the argument. The argument was Tencent invested in the company, so they might have had a sway to release the region lock on the fucking Chinese players who are notorious cheaters and armed teamers, you fucking idiot. Holy fuck, you brainless moron.
Now, I'm not saying that Iron Mace hasn't taken a part in the predatory monetization stuff, and I'll get to that in a second. But to say that Tencent was investing in Iron Mace, and maybe that's a bad thing. Or he also mentions that Iron was wrong. He then goes to talk about predatory monetization and talks about how there was a bunch of stuff that happened with pay-to-win features, like the Philidian skin, which, of all of the predatory like pay-to-win monetization stuff, is probably the most egregious of all of them. The Philidian skin, which I personally didn't think was a big deal because it was 1.5 move speed, but...
Again, I don't think this does matter. See, this is my next problem. He's going to talk about the stupid fucking skin, which doesn't fucking matter. The skins aren't pay-to-win. They don't fucking matter. And you can get them all for free. What matters was when they were trying the DLC thing and they were trying to sell you the characters in early access for real money. But he's not going to talk about that. I bet you any money.
But I concede that of all of the pay-to-win spectrum things that have happened in this game, this is the worst one.
No, it's not. No, it's not, one liar. It's actually the DLC. And then it's the fact that you tried to sell the characters for real money.
There is still predatory monetization ongoing. A huge reach, though, was this where he said that they made the torch skin look worse. Like the default one was look more gnarled and like disheveled mess.
They did that
in order to be able to entice people to want to buy the drip torch skins.
Yes, they did
like
that.
Such a huge reach to me. It's insane.
It's not a reach.
People would just buy the torch skin regardless. If you're telling me like there's a difference between like this to this is a wider gap than this one to this one is.
It literally is. You're seeing it on the screen, you fucking moron. This one looks like a torch, and this one looks like a turd. Yes. Yes. I'm looking at it right now with my eyes. I've seen it in the game. Yes. You know why I don't use the default torch anymore? Because it's ugly. Yes. Thank you. Case closed. Yes. It's ugly. It's disgusting.
It's just kind of like outlandish to me. But, you know, whatever. Now, he then goes on to talk about the season pass. And this is the one thing that I do really kind of agree with, although it's on the continuum of what I refer to as pay for convenience as opposed to pay to win. But the one big issue that I have...
Every fucking Iron Mace shill. Why do you think we talked about you, OnePeg? Because you just said in the line, it's more like pay for convenience. Oh, yeah, I really pay a convenience, bro. We do have the newsroom. I have the newsroom right here. You want to see the newsroom? I have it. But yeah, we'll get back to what he's saying. I'm just going to let it play.
Is the seasonal marketplace listing slots. Prior to this season pass being introduced, players had like 100, because they had 10 character slots of 10 sales slots each. They had 100 sales slots. That was reduced to 10, and then they sold us back 10 more. The shared stash tab, pay for convenience kind of stuff. I look at that as like something like Grinding Gear Games does, Path of Exile, where you buy stash tabs. Granted, the stash tabs are permanent.
Yeah.
It seems like a little bit odd to me. something that Escape from Tarkov did, which I heavily criticized, actually, and I criticized this, although it didn't look like it was nearly as egregious.
You just said it was paid for convenience. And now you're saying you criticized it. Well, pick one.
This was $8.99. It's $9. What I looked at was, it was an $8 torch skin, okay? It was $8 for the torch, which is...
That's the same idiotic agreement Grayson told everybody. Bro, you're just paying for the torch, dude. Dude, you're just paying for the torch. It's the same price as the torch skin. You're paying for the torch. Don't look at all this stuff over here. You're just paying for the torch, bro. Wait a minute. Hold on.
So like this to this is a wider gap than this one to this one is just kind of like outlandish to me.
We don't buy torches because they downgrade them. Right, guys? We would never buy a torch because they downgraded the quality. But just buy the torch, bro. Just buy the fucking torch, you fucking idiot. Buy the torch, you fucking moron. Buy the torch, dude. Just buy the fucking torch.
This game can go farm troll pelts and go one redstone shard cheaper, like $2 less than other redstone only torches that are available on the marketplace right now, and then 99 cents for the rest of this stuff. The gold coin bags, which aren't tradable, you can't sell them, but allow for gold storage. Yes, it saves a lot of storage for a lot of people, for sure. People proficient at this game can go farm troll pelts until, you know, they fall over dead, and they would make up all of that access.
Okay. One shill over here. People that are good at the game can farm troll pelts and make it up. 50% of the players are normals players who suck balls. Curious.
In no time, relatively no time.
Relatively no time. I killed like 50 trolls and I got like 4 pelts.
Gonna be competition for that, but that's, you know, what people do to play the game. The potions and everything, okay, yeah. But the big egregious thing for me was the shared stash tab and the marketplace listing slots. I thought that was kind of shitty. And I've said as much. I've sent DMs to the devs to tell...
Just convenience, bro. Just convenience, bro.
...them that I didn't agree with this change. I have only, like on maybe 3 occasions, mentioned anything to developers about what I considered to be...
I have never, ever, never, not even once, ever said anything, ever, to anybody, ever, never, not once.
Balance issues or game direction issues that I felt shouldn't have gone the way that they did. The vast majority of the time when I'm sending DMs to devs, it's about bug reports. It's all...
The vast amount of my time is spent making complaining videos about the balance of the game and not sending it directly to devs so they look at my fucking channel, since I'm basically the Iron Mace news source. And I was for years before they developed the official Discord channel to put out the information. It was only my channel that the information was coming through. I personally took it upon myself to make 1,000 videos saying Barb OP.
Written a message to SDF saying that barbs needed to be nerfed. Ever. Not
I
once.
only made 1,000 videos about it. That's it. That's all I did.
I'd want to say it.
I would never say that Barb OP, but in my thumbnails, I would make 1,000 thumbnails.
Well, if
to
it's
say
one thing we
Barb
definitely
OP
needed in this dark and darker wipe, it was
over and
additional
over.
barbarian buffs.
Like 1,000 videos about everything that's dark and dark related. That Barb is OP. Oh, why more Barb buffs? Unlucky, bro. Oh, they're buffing more Barb. Oh, Iron Mace reverting everything. More Barb buffs. Oh, tear in my eye. More Barb buffs.
I have never,
Warlock,
ever,
bro,
once,
please.
ever written a message to SDF saying that
give me a
barbs needed to be
break,
nerfed.
bro.
Ever. Not once.
So that they get fixed. That's what I'm just trying to make the game better for people. But now I'm acting like I'm being defensive.
I have never,
Anyway, let's move
ever,
on. So
once,
he talks about
ever
the tavern table and
written
how
a message to SDF saying that barbs needed to be nerfed.
I
Ever.
don't like to
Not once.
insult people's intelligence, right? But like,
Well, if it's one thing we
imagine
definitely needed in this dark and darker wipe, it was additional barbarian buffs.
If we imagine the bell curve, OnePeg is in the middle right now. He recognizes that he
You guys
sounds
are
a
using
little bit
bows in
defensive,
this fucking sword
but he
fighting
doesn't know
game.
enough to not be defensive. He's in the midwit curve. He's like, oh man, I can't say that. I'm sounding a little bit defensive. I might, but he already said it. You know, he's in the midwit curve. He's not dumb enough to say nothing, but he's not smart enough to realize that he's making it worse for himself. He's in the midwit curve.
The social hub was shown as a place where
my ass cheeks just got spread open, and a fireball got shot into my fucking
It's ridiculous
rectum.
that they would try to sell this as a premium feature where people would be renting a server for a couple of bucks a month.
Written a message to SDF saying that barbs needed to be
Now,
nerfed. Ever.
I don't
Not
know.
once.
I don't know about OnePeg's financial situation. Right? I'm not sure about OnePeg's financial situation, but in 2012, I tried to run a Gary's Mod server, and that shit's like $20 or like $25 for like a reasonable size in 2012, bro. I'm pretty sure my inflation dollar is gonna be like $35-$40 to rent a fucking server to play the game that I paid for already.
This is a purely cosmetic thing. There's no in-game advantage to it whatsoever. It just allows people to be like social with each other, and they were talking about like it was going to be like $2 a month. If you don't want to do that, don't pay the monthly fee. Like, I don't look at it like that's it.
I just died to Franny.
I never actually had one.
How many does he have?
I just used to play Gary's Mod. I used to play.
bro.
The reason why I'm a go-to detective is I used to play Trouble in Terrorist Town all the time, and I tried to basically make a server so that I could become Iron Mason and make a bunch of money off of brainless 14-year-olds.
That big of a deal.
But then I thought, man, that's kind of scumbag, and I never did it.
Just don't pay for it. You don't have to have it for yourself.
I'm a Trouble in Terrorist Town fiend, bro. Fuck the stupid Minecraft server. Whoever's saying Minecraft server, bro. We need to get a Gary's Mod Trouble in Terrorist Town server. That shit would be gas. Woo-hoo-hoo, that would be gas.
They modeled this after, and he talks about Face Punch. They modeled this after the premium server model that Face Punch utilizes, where people pay an extra amount of money every month, and people are able to take advantage of those premium servers. In Face Punch's case, it was a way to try to weed out the cheating community a little bit more so that cheaters weren't able to take advantage of people on those servers because they'd have to pay extra money to just then get...
Ah, yes. The cheaters have no money. The cheaters who are RMTing have no money, and they can't afford the $2 to get onto the server, bro. Famously, cheaters who RMT extraction games have no money.
VAC ban. So like have a lot of conversation.
Keep in mind, guys, OnePeg is a very important figure. Very prominent, very important.
With people and learn an awful lot about game dev process. I'm not a game dev myself, but I'm very curious about it. So I try to ask questions about like how things work and why things work the way that they do, which has thankfully given me some amount of insight into like how this business works and what people do and how it's built. And and I'm not saying this to try and like
Curious. How does the business work? Do businesses generally get in the practice of hiring players that play their game to like help balance the game and then not tell anybody and pay them money? Is that like a normal practice and not say it to anybody? And then make is that like a common practice, I wonder?
Attack not like this. I'm just trying to like offer an alternative view on this. He tries to say that the reason why they are modeling their model the way that they are is after Steam, by saying that there are skins in the game that cost over $1,000. But he doesn't mention that the $1,000 skin is not $1,000 from Face Punch. He's talking about how the $1,000 skin is being sold as $1,000 on a reseller market through the Steam marketplace. It is not a price tag that Face Punch put on the skin. That is a price tag that the community itself has put on that particular skin. Things just go up in price over time sometimes. You don't know what they're going to be, but if I ever wanted to get a whole bunch of free Steam games, I could...
That is the biggest cope of all time. What in the absolute fuck? Get this guy on 37 CSGO fucking case opener YouTubes and make him watch all the videos. The reason why the skins are expensive isn't because they're really nearly expensive. It's because what time are we at? 13:30? The reason why the skins are expensive, you dickhead, is because one skin looks like this and one skin looks like this. And this one is given to you because they want you to buy this one, you fucking idiot. Shocking. The one that looks better, people buy. And then you know what they do? Then they go, well, the Froststone Torch, we're only going to sell it for like 3 days, bro. So once we sell it, it's gone. And then you have a Dragon Op lore skin that's got some fucking crackhead number on it. And it's worth 80 grand. Curious. Why don't we put it in a loot box, Terry? Mr. Lootbox Dev, why don't we put it in a loot box too so I don't actually get it? I just have the chance to get it. That way I can really spend some more money.
$1,000 from FacePunch. He's talking about how the $1,000 skin is being sold as $1,000 on a reseller market through the Steam marketplace. That is not a price tag that FacePunch put on the skin. That is a price tag that the community itself has put on that particular skin. Things just go up in price over time sometimes. You don't know what...
Imagine if we should get OnePeg like a job at like Wall Street. Like imagine OnePeg is like the president's briefing on like financial briefing, and that's his answer. Hey, OnePeg, Mr. President OnePeg, eggs are $5 a carton. Can you tell me why that is?
Insight into, I'm saying this to try and like attack Not Like This. Some amount of insight into, I'm not after Steam, but that the $1,000 skin.
President OnePeg, why are eggs $5? President OnePeg
is not $1,000 from FacePunch. He's talking about how the $1,000 skin is being sold as $1,000 on a reseller market through the Steam marketplace. That is not a price tag that FacePunch put on the skin.
I'm the president. I didn't make the eggs $5. I didn't do that.
That is a price tag that the community itself has put.
All you fucking useless eaters that are eating the eggs, you guys made the price go up because you keep eating the fucking eggs, you fucking bigot. Sometimes
on that particular Steam,
things go up in price.
Go up in price over time sometimes.
Sometimes.
You don't know what they're going to be. But if I ever wanted to get a whole bunch of free Steam games, I could resell like the skins that I've got for some of the characters that I've got in Dota, and you know, or some of the pets or whatever, the couriers, and be able to buy a whole bunch of video games, I guess. In this case, like
not anymore because they ruined that because you were doing that and making too much money. I used to do that too. They got rid of that right quick. Now there's trade locks on items and stuff, and then they got sued for it. Curious. I'm glad that you brought up Dota because they got sued for that shit.
Okay, I look at this as a disingenuous comparison between the two studios when they're saying that they're trying to model it. He's trying to say that because Terry has a history in marketing, of which Terry does. Terry has been in this business for a long time.
Here comes the gaslight.
He was integral in the invention of the loot box when he worked for EA back in the day when they were trying to come up with a monetization scheme for FIFA World Tour. Okay, so like
one of the most predatory games of all time. You know how many people I know that spend fucking buku money on FIFA, the same game re-released 75 times in a row?
Way back when he was involved.
Way back when. He surely isn't going to do that now. Way back when my fucking grandpa, he fell out of the guard tower way back when. He's definitely a good person now.
Involved in the creation of the loot box. You know, some of that is eking through the cracks here, but I think that's also a cultural thing. I've made...
Yeah, definitely. All the gamers really like it when things are behind loot boxes. Definitely cultural. We're very much, we really like it when all the content gets put behind loot boxes and the skins and all. It's really cool. I like it.
Videos. You can go back and look at my tenure, okay? I made videos about Arena Breakout Infinite talking about how ABI had predatory monetization practices, and I viewed that as direct pay to win. You're buying currency that allows you to be able to buy guns and armor. Sure, it doesn't make you a better player, but it still gives you like the ability to go and fight people with stuff that you bought for real money. Tarkov wasn't like that. ABI is. Tarkov is pay for convenience. ABI is direct pay to win.
The Tarkov shit is pay to win. Like everyone says it's pay to win. It's pay to win. It's not, it's really convenient that I don't have to like play the game as much as you, and then I can just fucking like win because I paid for my win in a different way. We just added an extra step along the way, you dumbass.
In my opinion, the guys at ABI took content creators to dinner at Gamescom and asked those other content creators why I was being so mean to them in my YouTube videos. They didn't understand it because culturally in South Korea, small, like pay-to-win-ish kind of features that they offer in the games that they make as a culture is widely accepted by the Southeast Asian gaming community. It's not accepted by the Western market, but in Southeast Asia, it is.
Hello? Yeah, OnePeg's editor? Yeah, at the start of the video, where he talks about Iron Mace, how it's not pay to win. Yeah, you know the guys that are in South Korea, where pay to win is acceptable? Yeah, those guys who definitely aren't doing pay to win, and it's acceptable in their culture, yeah, they're definitely not doing it now, and they don't want to do it even though it's accepted in their culture. Yeah, I know I said that, before that they definitely weren't doing pay to win. It's pay to convenience. And now I'm saying that it's pay to win because all the people in that country do pay to win stuff because they think it's cool. Yeah. Okay, put that in there. Keep it in there. Are you fucking retarded? Like, you just said that they weren't doing pay to win, it's pay to convenience, and then you're telling me that every company there, it's okay, it's culturally okay to do pay to win. What?
It's just like
this guy's gotta be retarded.
Now, Iron Maiden.
The number just go up. Number go up. Game price go up. Pay to win, just get in game. We don't know how it happens. Number just go up.
To their credit, even though they've tried to slip things in the cracks, like that season pass.
Oh, yeah, they definitely tried, and it definitely slipped through the cracks, bro. I think they did more than try, bro. I think it slipped through the cracks, man. I think you could have checked that if you just turned on your game, but we know you don't play anymore. But I think it did slip through the crack. I think it might be in the game. The pay to win feature might have got through.
Some guys look at it like they're just going to be dick eaters, and they're going to buy the fucking skins, and they're going to buy the season pass. Okay. They're going to be dick eaters, and they're going to say, like, it's not that big of a deal. Myself being one of them, because I look at it as...
Did bro just call himself a dick eater? Yo, we gotta clip that and make that a soundboard. Some of them might be dick eaters. I myself am one of them. There's fucking no way. You can't make this shit up, bro. Some of them might be dick eaters. I might be one of them. Wow, OnePeg. Now we know where you get your name from, bro. OnePegged. You might be a dick eater, bro. I agree. You might be a dick eater. Let's just listen to that.
Not accepted by the Western market, but to their credit, even though they've tried to slip things in the cracks, like that season pass, even though we're critical of them, some guys look at it like they're just going to be dick eaters, and they're going to buy the fucking skins, and they're going to buy the season pass. Okay.
POV OnePeg tries to gaslight you for him to not be a dick eater. He's gaslighting you to pretend that he's not a dick eater.
Okay. They're going to be dick eaters, and they're going to say, like, it's not that big of a deal. Myself being one of them, because I look at it as pay for convenience, and for me, pay for convenience is kind of sort of all right, as long as it's not, like, too over the top.
Paid for convenience is kind of sort of all right. Kind of sort of all right if you're a dick eater. You heard it here first, guys. Pay to win convenience is kind of sort of all right if you're a dick eater. Thank God I'm not a cock muncher. Whew! We almost bought the DLC, and then I realized I'm not a cock muncher. Whew!
Skins on torches especially, like, they're purely cosmetic items. That's not that big of a deal. But people are going to be dick eaters, and they're going to pay for it, right? And they're trying to find that fine line where they can monetize their game effectively.
We're trying to find the fine line of how many dicks I can eat without people noticing. How many dicks can I munch before people start to notice that I'm a dick muncher? How many cocks can I gobble before I get called the glizzy gobbler?
Ongoing development cost, just like every other live service game does nowadays, because that's just...
Again, it's like the lies, the web is so deep, we're just stepping over lies over lies. Grayson said, and I quote, "We don't make money off skins." And yet somehow we have Iron Chill over here saying, well, we got to put skins in the game, bro, because we need to make money for the live service. We don't make money off skins, guys. I paid $5 for some stupid fucking Unreal Engine asset, and I sold it 750,000 times. But yeah, we don't make money off skins, dude. And I don't know what you guys are talking about, bro. But we need to sell skins for the servers.
Just widely accepted normal practice. Okay, if they have to pay for the servers, there's going to be ongoing monetization. That's just the way it
What if we clip him saying the widely accepted normal practice is eating dicks?
works? They're trying to balance that with community sentiment. That's it. And whatever we as a community are willing to accept from their monetization practices, that's where the line is going to get drawn. So if the rest of the community thinks that stuff like...
That's not true, because everyone said it was pay to win, and you still put it in the game, you fucking loser.
Like the extra 10 sales slots... by taking away 90 and then selling us back 10 is bullshit, then you go after them, right?
We did.
You should. You absolutely should.
We did. And then the Iron Mace suits, the fucking people on the payroll said, nah, it's not that bad, bro. You included. We did. Everyone was mad about it. And you fucking shield for them. You just admitted it, you cockmuncher.
That word gets loud enough, they'll change it. just like they have with the other like 2 or 3 things that they've done in the past. They talked about like the Warlocks and the Bard being for redstone shards. That was changed in like the first 2 days. If I went back and dug, I could show you a DM that I wrote Terry the day that the game launched. Because remember, I was the first person in the...
Yeah, the only reason why that got changed back is because they literally couldn't do it because it's illegal. I'm pretty sure the only reason that got changed is because it's 100% illegal to promise extra characters in the game and then sell it as real money add-on afterwards. Like when you said it was going to be in the game at launch and then you try to sell it for real money, I'm pretty sure that's illegal, and I'm pretty sure that's the only reason why they did that.
The entire community that was told that the game was launching that day outside of Iron Mace employees, and I got to make that video. All right, like they were referencing me on IGN and shit. That release,
yeah, he did, trust me, bro.
In the entire community that was told that the game was launching in like the first 2 days. If I went back and dug, I could show you a DM that I wrote Terry the day that the game launched.
I don't think you're under NDA with Terry. Show the DM, bro. If you could show it and you would show it, it would be on the screen. Where's the DM, bro? I could show you the DM. Where is it? Where's the DM? If you could show me the DM, show me the DM. Yeah, but the thing is, they talk so much, and I'm sure they're talking on Discord, and there's a search function in Discord. You just go search, whatever the keyword is. You can find it.
Because remember, I was the first person in the entire community that was told that...
Remember, I was the first person in the community that was told the exclusive information. By the way, no one gets exclusive information here, but I was told first.
The game was launching that day outside of Iron Mace employees, and I got to make that video.
Remember, guys, there's no secret information being leaked to content creators. By the way, I was the first person told outside of the Iron Mace employees. I got told before the Iron Mace employees that the game was launching. Hey guys, there's no secret information being shared, but I was the first person told that I'm not a fucking Iron Mace employee, and I was told outside the Iron Mace employees that the game was launching. Bro, imagine you're working tirelessly on this fucking game, and they launch it without telling you, but then you find out later that they told OnePeg? Dude, I'd be throwing hands at Iron Mace. I'd be fucking throwing hands.
All right? Like, they were referencing me on IGN and shit. That release...
Oh, bro, his ego must have been so inflated. Holy shit, he got referenced on IGN, the slot posters.
Of that game, when they released it trying to sell those skins for redstone shards, I wrote Terry a DM at that moment when he told me that and said that this is going to have pushback. Like, people are not going to accept that.
Yeah, you should have said, this is illegal, you fucking retard.
And he said we were modeling it after the League of Legends model, which makes sense because League of Legends is a hugely monetized game, but is also played by a fuck ton of people. And
except for in League of Legends, you get the base set of heroes when you buy the free game that you didn't buy. Curious, League of Legends is free, you fucking retard. And I still get all the characters at base for free. God, you're so dumb.
And I said, well, look, this kind of game, you're not going to get those kinds of gamers. They're not going to want that. I don't like this. No one's really going to like this. You're going to get a lot of pushback. And they push back. When inside like a week or whatever, they changed it so that
we went from 2 days to a week. Curious.
Every one of those classes was included automatically. Everybody got them for nothing. And if you had spent redstone or bluestone shards on them, they were refunded. People got those shards back. They're learning from their mistakes. People screw up. They make mistakes. It's part of it. And even if they were testing the waters, trying to see what they could get away with, like that's kind of part of being a capitalist. Not for nothing, right? They're going to try to do that. It's kind of scummy. It's kind of scummy, but you can't really blame them for doing that. They're their mistakes. Private Discord for only streamers / creators that we are doing talks about has a report that actions that changes the subject or questions feel like it. Okay, so I just want you to keep the gaslighting thing in the back of your head because he accuses on. Scummy, it's kind of scummy, but you can't really blame them for doing that. They're I am of gaslighting, but okay. So I just want you to keep the gaslighting thing in the back of your head because
they tell on themselves all the time, bro. Let the snake speak and he'll fucking tell you what he is. Oh, it's cinema.
Scummy, it's kind of scummy, but you can't really blame them for doing that. They're modeling
Thanks, Gaslight Peg. Appreciate it, bro.
monetization schemes that have worked for larger, more successful games. They're just modeling it after those to see if the community will be okay with it. Because if this was just a South Korean game, it probably would have been. Anyway, I'm soapboxing. Moving on.
It would have just been pay to win if it was only a South Korean game, so they wanted to do it, is what you're saying. Curious. But they didn't want to do it, guys. It's okay. It was just a torch skin. It's by the skin, you fucking soys.
He then talks about how SDF was leaking information inside of chats of streamers and how that's not okay. I agree with this. I completely agree with this. It should not have been like that. I believe that SDF and the devs also agree with this and say that they're going to change this. They're not going to do it this way anymore.
Yeah, I wonder why they were leaking specific patch information in specific streamer chats randomly. Could it be, potentially, that Iron Mace, the company, had secret agreements with random streamers and potentially were paying them money? No, just because they're really big fans. True. Couldn't be any of that, right? Couldn't be that you get exclusive information on your channel where people go flock to your channel to see this exclusive information. Oh, true. He's just sharing with a fellow employee. True. Just sharing with a fellow employee. Hey, man. Let the employees live, bro. Let the fellow employees live.
They're going to be, or trying
just
to be,
a little what's it called? Water tower talk, you know, just a little water tower cubicle talk, you know.
more communicative and open. Oh yeah, here's the article about Grayson, or Grayson saying that it wasn't a big deal. Again, he didn't share this.
Yeah, it wasn't a big deal, guys. It wasn't a big deal.
Fault and make them feel like it. Okay, so and I just wanting to keep the gaslighting thing in the back of your head. Because
wasn't a big deal, guys.
With how he wasn't getting help with this, and he was saying that he was getting DDoSed by some other people that were hacking him or whatever, and got his IP address and like started maliciously like stream sniping him or whatever. And while I feel for him and how this is really shitty, it looks like Iron Mace kind of took care of it. Maybe they didn't take care of it to his.
No. He literally said that they didn't help him and he had to turn off his stream.
But it feels like he wasn't getting the response that he wanted to get. Then he goes into talking about Soma and saying that Soma wasn't divulging that he was managing or is managing Jay, Repose, and Yami. And he doesn't understand why there hasn't been something public made about why Soma didn't say that he was doing like individual management for those three people. The simple answer is because he doesn't fucking have to. He doesn't have to.
What? We don't have to divulge, like...
Or whatever, and got his IP address and like sort of maliciously like stream sniping.
So I can go take a piss, but like, that's not right?
And how this is really shitty. It looks like Iron Mace kind of took care of it. Maybe they didn't take care of it to his satisfaction, but it feels like he wasn't getting the response that he wanted to get. Then he goes into talking about Soma and saying that Soma wasn't divulging that he was managing or is managing Jay, Repose, and Yami. And he doesn't understand why there hasn't been something public made about why Soma didn't say that he was doing like individual management for those three people. The simple answer is because he doesn't fucking have to. He doesn't have to divulge whether he's a contractor or a full-time employee at Iron Mace, even though like he came out and did say that and he was in charge of their marketing initiatives, probably as a contractor, probably not on like direct payroll as a direct employee. Being on payroll from Iron Mace and representing like three people for other business deals, trying to help them make money, is not something that he has to publicly disclose, like at all. I don't understand why this is looked at as something that's disingenuous. People have side businesses every fucking where. It's not even a conflict of interest. It would be one.
Holy shit! Keep in mind the gaslighting, guys. It's definitely not a conflict of interest or anything like that. That's certainly not a conflict of interest. The guy who's working at Iron Mace, who has insider information, who's putting people on drop lists, who also is having an official channel for communication on a podcast, who gets to choose who he gets to invite, and he invites the same people in over and over, the same slop opinions. Surely there's no conflict of interest there, right? Surely me getting money when Yami gets a sponsorship that I know is coming to Iron Mace, that I broker for him, surely there's no conflict of interest there, right? Surely. None. No conflict of interest. That's a standard practice, bro. Quid pro quo. This guy should be a politician.
Being on payroll from Iron Mace and representing like 3 people for other business deals, trying to help them make money, is not something that he has to publicly disclose, like, at all. I don't understand why this is looked at as something that's disingenuous. People have side businesses every fucking where. It's not even a conflict of interest. It would.
Yeah. OnePeg, I'll tell you a secret, bro. The people that have side businesses somewhere is like, I come home after working 18 hours in the fucking mines and I bake some fucking bread and I sell it at a farmer's market on the weekend. I didn't like come home from the mines, steal 50 diamonds and then sell them behind the back of the people. Like, what? My side business is I came home from work and I baked a loaf of bread and I sold it at the farmer's market. It's a side business. And, I actually hired, some of the miners and I told them to pause. Some of the people harvesting minerals from the mines, and I told them to take their pickaxes out of the mines, and I told them to, definitely not mine some rocks that were on the outside of the mine. That wouldn't be a conflict of interest, would it? And I knew where all the fresh ore veins were because I work there. No. In my Minecraft server, where I own it, and I know where all the diamond deposits are because I turned on my X-ray vision, and then I sold the pickaxe to mine, and I told all the people where the diamonds were. That wouldn't be a conflict of interest, would it, if I knew where all the diamonds were because I'm an admin and I can see with X-ray? No, not a conflict of interest, bro. Stick to mining the fucking emeralds, you cheapskate.
Would be one thing if like Jay was relatively unknown.
It's just good business, dude. That's it. Pirates of the Caribbean. It's just good business. It's just good, dude. My argument when OnePeg says, "Don't worry, it's not a conflict of interest." My whole argument, it's not a conflict of interest, bro. Don't. It's a gaslight. My whole argument's gone. Fuck. It's just good business, bro. It's just good business, bro. That's OnePeg. It's just good business, bro. Yeah, okay.
Relatively unknown. A Repose was relatively unknown, and they were being forced to the forefront by Iron Mace and every little thing that Iron Mace did and getting constantly highlighted specifically by Iron Mace. But they weren't.
Curious. Oh, he's got so much fucking D&D. Okay. Spud Hunter. No Spud Hunter. You're on there. Curious. Not being pushed to the forefront of the official Iron Mace fucking sanctioned idiotic fucking podcast, right? I didn't get Spud slop opinion shoved down my throat when the guy blows at the game and plays Ranger only, right? No, that never happened. Bro, you're just imagining it. You're just imagining things, bro. How many fucking ones are with like fucking the same fucking 10 people? Like, it's just the same soy slop. The M-Boss on it like fucking 50 times. Yeah, dude. Don't worry, bro. It was just, they weren't being forced or anything like that.
They got to their level of popularity of their own volition.
The only forcing Iron Mace shill that I will ever take is this. The only forcible shill that I'll ever take ever from an Iron Mace official channel is I can't find it, but wherever Blin's dodgeball thing is, wherever that got posted, that's the only shell I'll take. I thought it was on there, but maybe I'm wrong. The only shell I'm taking is your boy Blin propaganda. That's it.
They were really good at what they did, and they were celebrated by the community at large, not for anything that Jordan did for them. They were just
partially true, though. I do think it's interesting that the guy who's like gets all the tools to like promote people is also working with people behind the scenes and not telling anybody, and is elevating them on multiple platforms and multiple locations.
Good content creators. They
holy, you know who? Wait, you know who's got really good content?
Yami was.
Though preface, I do like Spud Hunter, and I do like the way Spud Hunter's like ability to manipulate his stream live and do all the stuff live. I do love that, low key. Like, I do love that. I just think his opinions are a slop.
The most
the other stuff is primo.
Popular, I believe, content creator that streamed drops this last round. I'm not jealous. It just is what it is. People like him.
Of course.
He's funny.
Wait,
like at this.
Who said that?
Just content creators are. Yami was the most popular, I believe, content creator that streamed drops this last round. I'm not jealous. It just is what it is. People like him.
Okay, one more highlight for you, potatoes.
You can't see it because it cut off. He's definitely not jealous. That's why he was putting reruns of his fucking stream. Oh, no, he didn't. That's why he had a 44-hour rerun stream, because he's not jealous of people getting all the money. He's definitely not jealous. That's why he put a rerun stream on. Definitely not jealous, bro. I can tell. That's why you put a rerun slop stream and said milking the fucking viewers. The milkathon. Definitely not jealous. That's why I made a milkathon.
He's funny. Like at this point, like trying to pick up.
Urban is pretty based, and he's definitely like way more on my side, probably than the other side. But again, caveat: Odin made Urban a partner. Now Urban made partner on his own volition without spouting slop. But like Urban has to be careful. There might be a little bit of Iron Mace milk from the teat coming soon. You got to be a little careful if you want some of the milkies. I got no milk. I'm bone dry out here.
On these guys and picking on me just makes it look like you wanted.
There's no pick. No one's picking on you, bro. Like this guy acts like a 4-year-old, but bro, he's picking on me, bro. And someone said something bad about me on the internet, bro. Someone said something bad about me on the internet. It's not fair. It reminds me of that Australian comic. What is it? Nothing. It's offended. This guy?
You seem to be about to perish, sir. What is happening?
This guy?
Give all your life. What a bitch.
This is what Urban Gent sounds like. I mean, not Urban Gent. Sorry. Pause. This is what OnePeg sounds like.
And then we have political correctness, which is this joy that is the other side of health and safety, which is a small oppression of our physical movement, so we can't do anything without permission from the state. And political correctness is the oppression of our intellectual movement, so no one says anything anymore in case somebody else gets offended. What happens if you say that and someone gets offended? Well, they can be offended. What's wrong with being offended? When did sticks and stones may break my bones stop being relevant? Isn't that what you teach children, for God's sake? That's what you teach toddlers. He called me an idiot. Don't worry about him. He's a dick.
OnePeg can't figure out like basic four-year-old emotions. Someone calls you an idiot. Don't worry, he's a fucking dickhead.
To be in their position.
But that's why this is so strange, because everyone is so upset And if there was nothing there, then they shouldn't be upset. That's what I'm getting at. Like, it makes no sense. Why is OnePeg even offended or upset at all? Because he's sucking on the fucking teat.
Because you weren't, that was a huge problem for you. And
I'm sorry. Or the knob, whichever he's, whatever.
Sorry that you feel like you were
everybody enjoying the day?
Whatever he prefers.
I just don't understand why there's all of this animosity in comparing yourself having been passed over for other people that weren't.
Everyone is stepping on the same fucking landmine. It's actually comedy. That's not what he was saying. Dude, this guy quit the game because he lost the tournament. He sucks. He quit. He doesn't play, and he got invited. He wasn't making content for the game when he got invited. This guy literally fake RMTs, and he got invited. Mojito Bean stopped playing. He's playing fucking Dungeon Born, and he got invited. That's what he's saying. You invited these random people that don't play the game, but you didn't invite him. And he's saying the reason why you didn't invite him is because you turned down the Soma offer, which is probably true. Yes, Dowsy was the brick guy who plays whatever that game is, Dead by Daylight or whatever. Spud Hunter stopped playing the game and he said it's shit. And you invited this fucking goon.
And picking out individual people.
It doesn't matter that he wasn't or wasn't making content. I'm pretty sure at that time he might not have been making content, but like, it doesn't matter. You invited all these other fucking goons that have less subs and are less relevant to the game, at least.
People that are on this list that didn't deserve it or didn't, stream it as much as you thought that they should have, or weren't a big enough content creator, or aren't really playing the game that much anymore. Like, I don't understand what the big deal is. You're talking about and then you're talking about the very first day one drops enabled streams. Drops was really fucked up. Twitch changed the rules about the way that drops was going to work, like literal days before the Dark and Darker drop streams kicked off. They changed rules and said that the drops themselves that got dropped couldn't be duplicates from other people that had drops enabled. They had to change all of that stuff around so that you couldn't have a little box with random shit in it, even though Escape from Tarkov still does that. So for whatever reason, they were allowed to get away with it, but Iron Mace wasn't. I don't know what the rule is there. But I can tell you that Iron Mace had to change everything at the 11th hour to make it work. And that's why after the first or second day, the whole thing fell on its face. And them saying that everybody.
So Iron Mace couldn't do what everyone else was doing? And we're going to blame Twitch for that? Somehow Iron Mace couldn't do what everyone else was doing. And we're going to blame Twitch for that. And it wasn't Iron Mace J-rigging anything, right? Surely not. It must have been all Twitch's fault. And the complaint he has is the people on day one. The day one advantage was way better than all the other advantages because everyone wants the fucking stuff day one because everyone is a consumer. Everyone wants the stuff day one. If you were a day one person, you got quadruple the views. Yeah, of course it matters, you fucking idiot.
Got access, or only a select few people comparatively got access on the first day.
The fuck?
That's nothing new either. We already talked about Rust comparisons. There's been a bajillion very specific content creator related skins specifically for specific Rust streamers that they help create to be in the video game that they only have the drop for. Tons of them. An absurd number of them. The same thing happens with Hunt Showdown. There are streamer items inside of Escape from Tarkov. I never got to get one of those. I would really like one. That would have been pretty cool. But you don't see me sitting there going oh, well, I didn't get a fucking streamer item and I've been doing this forever, man. It's just...
That's not what he was saying. He's saying that you picked people that weren't playing the game, but you didn't pick him because he wasn't playing the game, but you picked people that weren't playing the game. All those people were playing the game that they got the items for, you fucking idiot.
It just looks like you wish that you weren't left out. And I feel for you. I do.
No, you don't.
But unfortunately, an awful lot of this is, you made some really good points, but a lot of this looks like it's just wrapped up that you were not picked for.
It's the same thing. That's the same thing that everyone else is saying. Everyone else is saying the fucking same thing. They never fucking address the point. They just say some of your stuff was good, but the other stuff, the stuff that's really important, that wasn't so good.
Basketball, you got cut from the basketball team or something. And then you talk about your personal interaction with Soma and how you don't like how Soma treated you and him trying to recruit you to manage you at the same time and you didn't like it. Okay, That's all on you. Then you also make.
Didn't they pick him to go to dinner and he declined and he wasn't making content and he had to quit dad at that point? Or am I wrong? I don't think he got invited to the dinner. He might have. I don't think he did though. Or maybe he did and he thought it was weird and he said no. I don't remember. I'd have to like go back and watch that, to be honest. I don't quite remember.
Mention though of this moment here, saying that you got a DM from somebody that said that
the same fucking mine. The DM isn't from somebody you fucking inbred. The DM is from Walpurgis Kid, the guy that Iron Mace is paying to work with you. It's not from some random. I wish he would have labeled that it was from Walpurgis Pig because these people are too inbred to listen. It's from Walpurg. You paid him to work for you. It's not a random DM. Like, how are you so fucking retarded?
that SDF's personal inventory had 5 Nippelon, 29 chests, all full, and he had 500,000 gold in his inventory. Like, he was using dev commands to give himself armor and weapons and gold and whatever.
He probably was.
And playing that account on official servers.
Yes, he probably was.
We have no validation that the account that you use or got a DM from had any knowledge of this. There's zero proof of this.
Yes, we do. It's from Walpurgis Pig. If he's not lying, it's from Walpurgis Kid. And Walpurgis Kid worked for SDF and was talking with SDF all the time. Yes, we do.
This is literal substantiation of rumor. And when you're talking about gaslight,
my keyboard is so fucked. And it's a wonder I can play this fucking game. Do I work tomorrow? Yeah. Yeah, I'm not editing the comment, bro. Yeah, I think so as well. Let me just scroll down and see if anyone mentions Walpurg, this pig, real quick, and then if no one mentions it, I'm not gonna look. One person. Get this guy a job at the fucking White House. One person actually watched the video that the guy's talking about. Get this guy a fucking job at the White House. One fucking person is smart enough to read what the fucking video is saying. Incredible.
at the beginning of this video, that's exactly what this is. People are going to look at this and they're going to believe it because they want to. Not because they've been proven that it exists, but just because they're like, well, he probably does.
What time? 25:40.
And that's dangerous. It's dangerous.
He's like a fucking news reporter. That's very dangerous to our democracy. Bro, it's dangerous to our democracy if you keep telling the truth, bro. It's dangerous to our democracy. Oh my God. You can't escape it. The brain rot is everywhere. It's in the ether. It's dangerous to our democracy, dude. If you tell the truth, it's dangerous to the democracy, man. Oh my God. You can't even make it up.
Because this looks like you're trying to undermine community sentiment in general. Like, the community already looks at this video game as something where they believe that the servers, the devs, whatever, are inept.
Huh. I wonder why the community believes the server and the devs are inept. You want to expand on that? Expand. Hopefully, surely he's about to give us the grand gaslight excuse as to why the community thinks this. Surely. We're going to lay it all at the feet of NotLikeThis. It's all his fault, bro. If he wouldn't have made that video, the game would be perfect and no one would think Iron Mace is evil or stupid or retarded. Surely.
But now you're also trying to say that they're contributing, first person contributing to the cheating issue without having any proof that they actually did.
Well, no, he didn't say that SDF was cheating. He just merely showcased that SDF has items in his inventory that we know he's too stupid to farm on his own. He didn't expressly say that anyone's cheating. Now you're gaslighting and strawmanning. That never happened. He didn't say that. Holy shit, this guy... Just play it real quick. Play it real quick. Just...
Because he accuses, make them feel like it, okay? So I just want you to keep the gaslighting thing in the back of your head because he accuses, make them feel like it, okay? So I just want you to keep the gaslighting thing in the back of your head because he accuses...
Just keep that in mind in your head. Just remember. Keep the gaslighting in the back of your head.
Some random guy DM'd you and told you that...
Walprug Pig DM'd you. Not a random guy. For the final fucking time. I feel like I'm the guy in fucking Whiplash. For the final fucking time, were you getting a DM from Walprug Pig or were you making it up? I got a DM from Walprug Pig. She smashes a symbol. No, you didn't. It was from a random.
That he saw a thing. And you never said that you vetted him. You never mentioned that why you would have.
I didn't vet the Iron Mace employee. Kind of like how Iron Mace never vetted any of the employees that they hired. Realistically, if you think about it, he was just following Iron Mace common practice. We don't vet the employees we're hiring. We hire random 20-year-olds who just have access to all the information. And we just let them run wild. Crazy. You should hire NotLikeThis. He's doing the Iron Mace rules, the laws.
And then you also say that they aren't doing anything to combat RMT. Not really. And you were told that you would get in trouble if you went.
They aren't doing anything to combat the RMT, really. That's why they ungeofenced the China server, which you talked about earlier in the face punch thing. That's why they ungeofenced them and then pretended like we're really geofencing people now, but we're not. We're just letting you queue with random people to any server you want.
Ended up making a YouTube video about cheating. So I actually have some insight on this.
Yes,
the reason why people don't make videos about cheaters and cheating is because it's marketing for cheat developers. You ever notice that when somebody makes a cheat video, they start getting tons of DMs out of the blue from people that are cheat devs to tell them how rampant the cheating is in the video game that they love so much? Because what they're trying to do is say like, and they offer like, I'm happy to do an interview with you. I would love to talk more about this. I can give you some insight as to how little they mod.
Did he just say that people don't make cheat videos because it leads to people cheating more? People make cheat videos all the time. 90% of the Warzone videos are cheat videos. 90% of the Tarkov videos are fucking cheat videos. What are you on about?
Rate their own video game and how little we are detected. It's laughably bad. And the reason why they do that is because they know if they can get a content creator with enough attention.
The games are laughably bad. People are cheating all the time. Iron Mace is working on getting the cheating problem down. It's easy to cheat on all the games. The firewalls are laughably bad, but Iron Mace is working real hard to get the cheating down. Huh.
To make a video about it where they have a conversation with a cheat dev, and the cheat dev always says our cheats never get seen. People are getting away with it. We have been for literal years. Like, it's actually laughable how bad their cheat detection is. It's because the sales for the cheat software.
Don't worry. Iron Mace is on the case, though. Don't worry. The 50 streamers and 50 employees at Iron Mace, they're on the case.
Go up. When Goatmoth made a video about Escape from Tarkov, the wiggle that killed Tarkov, this extremely viral cheating video where he walked around wiggling at other people and could see wireframes because he downloaded cheats, that increased the sales for the cheat that he was using. That cheat dev saw a 1,500% increase in sales in a week. in their first week after that video went live. It is marketing.
I wonder why. I'm a poor son of a bitch who worked 50 hours in the mines. I come home and I'm like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to suffer and play some Tarkov. Then before I do that, I turn on my YouTube to watch some slop while I'm eating dinner. And I watch the Wiggle video. And I find out that every other person in the fucking game is cheating but me. Now I have a choice. Do I turn on Tarkov without cheats or do I buy some cheats? Every other person in Tarkov is cheating. I got home from the mines. I worked 50 hours. I'm going to play Tarkov. I see that everyone is cheating. Do I buy cheats or do I not buy cheats? Curious.
And the reason why companies...
I don't know where he got that information from either. But I have to go look it up.
Don't want people making videos about cheating, because cheating's bad in every video game. But the reason why they don't want people making videos about cheating is because it literally increases the sales of the cheats that exist for that game, and the cheating gets worse. It doesn't get better. He then goes on to talk about...
Well, also, in the defense comparison for Not Like This, nobody's making cheat videos about, like, the cheats themselves, except for a handful of people. Most people are calling out specific cheaters. Like, people were calling out Demo for cheating. Whether or not he's a cheater, I don't know. And people were calling out specific players like 3x Cube. No one was making general cheat videos about how the cheats work, bro.
Out how Grayson has an alt account. He does. He has this one alt account. He did it because he's trying to manage all of the DMs that he was getting. He also mentions that Terry has an alt account as well, which he also does. Terry has a desktop at work with its own Discord account, and then he also has his Craps78 Discord account that is used for his cell phone. And it's been like that since before anyone...
Typically, when I go to work, I have my phone number for my boss, and I also have my phone number for my mistress, and I have a phone number for my family, and I have a phone number for my drug dealer, and they're all on different phones, and I carry them with me at all times, like everyone else. Don't you guys do that? I have a Discord for my phone. I have a Discord for my laptop. I have a Discord for my my computer. Surely me as the Discord moderator, I would really not want to see all the messages at one spot. I want to have 50 different accounts so I could ignore all the messages at once more efficiently. That's what I want. I want to have like 10 different accounts so I could have the messages spread out further away so I don't have to deal with it as quickly. Yeah.
Knew what Dark and Darker was.
I don't think it's that big of a deal, but it's a big of a deal if what he claims is true, which is that they're trying to sway discourse by having more people agree with the same opinion.
He then talks about bad hiring and firing of other employees, talking about, in part, Odin and some other stuff. Soma and Odin and Seb, okay? So Sebastian. Seb was one of the guys that was shown in one of the little podcast, like, cutout videos here. Like, that's him. That's Seb, okay? Seb is a kid. He's a kid that actually did a lot. He was one of the people that was very integral in cheat detection and banning cheaters in the video game. Unfortunately, he also was trying to look cool in front of his friends. And
remember, it doesn't matter that Seb is 20 years old. A quote from Repose, I believe. It doesn't matter that Seb is 20 years old. That has nothing to do with reasons or his actions about what OnePeg is about to say that he did. Just because he's 20 doesn't mean anything. He's mature for his age. And if you want to date can't go there. Can't go there. But you could get the picture. He looks mature for his age, bro. It's okay.
And was sharing things that he was being shown from a marketing perspective prior to when those notes were being released.
Wait. Surely not. Surely you weren't sharing stuff with Iron Mace employees before they were supposed to know, and surely there was no leaking going on. We don't do that. We don't do any of that at Iron Mace. Surely you didn't get leaked information when you didn't even work there before it was coming out, right? That never happened.
Because he was able to play. He's part of people that work for Iron Mace are part of like a playtest group. They get advanced builds of the game before we're able to see them to test internally. And when things look like they're moving in a promising direction, they have an idea of like what's coming down the line. So Seb knew things that were coming up in patches and was sharing them with his friends because he was trying to look cool. And he got terminated because he was sharing information prior to Iron Mace wanting the public to know about it. Soma left of his own accord because he felt like he wasn't getting listened to. Tons of DMs from Soma. In fact, I believe that he's doing a podcast in like 8 days where he's going to hop on and he's going to tell everybody about it himself, because I think the NDA period for the NDA that he signed runs up then. I think that he'll be able to finally publicly talk about it. And
yeah, he's not going to discuss any of the other small stuff. He's going to say, woe is me. SDF didn't listen to me. Woe is me. We know. Okay? We know.
And the belief is that
maybe I'm wrong, but I'll eat my hat if I'm wrong. But woe is me. SDF didn't listen to me. Yeah, we heard the sob story, bro.
Took a paycheck, severance package to leave, and him leaving the company and is living in this area of San Francisco that looks like it's kind of nice, and that the severance must have been pretty nice for him to be quiet about it or whatever. One, there's no way that you know about anybody else's living situation. Jordan doesn't talk about his personal life because it's the fucking internet, and it's not.
Yes, he does. He has fucking 75 podcast episodes where he does exactly that, you fucking inbred. I travel around the United States. I was in the army. I get my army severance and pay my stuff from the army. I travel everywhere. I was over here doing this. And that's all he does is yap about what he fucking does. And it turns out he was doing nothing.
None of your goddamn business. It's none of my business either. I know that he's a dad. I know that he's got a kid. I know that he's trying to do the best by his own family. Like, let the man make a fucking living. And if you're saying that there's a
let the man... Hey, you know, my dad might, you know, control all the garbage trucks in New York, but let the guy fucking make a living, bro. Yeah, you know, he might have been part of the mafia, but like, what the fuck? We got a family. Think of the fucking family. The fucking kids. You got fucking 2 kids at home. His wife don't work. Let the fucking guy own all the garbage fucking disposal companies in the fucking New York. Like, what's the fuck's the problem? Let him get Kennedy elected. Like, what the fuck? What's the problem?
Conflict of interest because he's trying to like make his own bag. Like, that's absurd.
Yeah, it's definitely absurd that there would be a conflict of interest in a guy trying to make his own bag. That truer words have never been spoken, truly. It's no big deal. Can't be a conflict of interest, a guy trying to make his own bag in a game and then like having all these secret like partnerships and all that, right? Let him make his bag, bro.
And make them feel like it, okay? So I just want you to keep the gaslighting thing in the back of your head because he accused. That's silly.
No big deal.
Now, if you don't want to play the game, if NotLikeThis doesn't want to play the game, if anybody else doesn't want to play that.
True, you got a kid, bro. Anything goes. Hey, all's fair in love and war, baby. You got a kid? Sign me. Give me them fucking put options. Yo, get Nancy Pelosi on the podcast, bro. Nancy, where you at? Give me some of the fucking moves, Nancy. Come on. Share some bread with the rest of us, Nancy. What are you doing hoarding all those insider traits for yourself, Nancy? Come on, bro.
That game, fine. By all means, run your moral superiority high ground as according to your own morals and values. But
no. It's not according to his moral and values. That's not how that works, bro. It's according to everyone's morals and values. The morals and values are just out there in the ether. They're just set. They're out there in the ether, bro. It's not like we're not going off someone's morals and values. We're going off of the average general morals and values out in the ether.
Judging other people based on what they consider to be okay or not okay is silly.
Dude, there's no way my man just said that. There's no way he said those words. We judge people all the time. That's why you're not allowed to fuck kids, you idiot.
Judging other people based on what they consider to be okay or not okay is silly.
Dude, that's why you're not allowed to fuck kids. Yo, I don't want to say anything or insinuate anything, but I pray to God that his wife doesn't watch this video. Please, God. Don't let his wife watch this video. We can't judge the man. He doesn't think it's bad. He doesn't think it's bad. Don't let him... He said it was okay. We can't make fun of him. That would be silly. We can't throw him in prison. That would be silly, dude. It'd be silly to throw him in prison. We can't judge people. We can't, dude. We can't judge people just because he wants to do the bad thing. I mean, like, if they want to steal from the store, we can't judge them. Maybe they don't have any money or something. Maybe they weren't getting the bag like Soma, so they got to steal. Like, you can't judge those people. They didn't get the bag opportunity at Iron Mace. Let them fucking steal. What the fuck, bro? You silly.
That's silly. People are going to live the way that they need to live and provide for their own the way that they need to. And not for nothing, dude. If I'm being a purist, okay? Like, my loyalty is to the person that I married and to my own children. In the world of things that people...
I don't think so, bro. You just said people can do whatever they want and we can't shame them because it's silly. I don't think your loyalty is to anybody. I don't think you have any moral compass at all. We just went from do whatever you want. Don't make fun of people for like doing whatever they want. That's silly too. Yeah, I'm super loyal and like I'm going to do whatever I want for my family and you can't tell me what to... Like, what?
People could do that are like really shitty. That is like so far down the totem pole of things that people could do that are like bad or exploitive that it's laughable. Soma doesn't owe you shit, and neither does anyone else. I mean, you can be pissed at him. You can say, fuck them.
No, Soma does owe us. He owes us an explanation of what the fuck was going on and why he didn't disclose the information. That's why he owes us a lot. I don't owe you any explanation as to why I fucking... did 17 lines of cocaine off that hooker's tits. I don't owe you any explanation. Wife, get back in the kitchen, wife.
Fine. You can say, fuck me. I don't care. At the end of the day,
yeah,
I'm doing what's right by my own moral code, and I can only say that you guys should do this.
Holy fuck, this guy's actually a psychopath. This guy's actually a psychopath. Put this guy in prison. I'm doing whatever I want based on my own moral code. Get this guy in prison.
The same. If ours don't align and you think I'm a piece of shit for saying that because I'm just giving you what I consider to be like honest truth, that's okay. I don't mind.
Believe all women, dude. Believe all women. My truth is that Soma's a piece of shit and he was doing backyard deals and he wasn't telling people. That's my truth. What now, bro? My truth. Yeah, that's my truth. My truth is you got fucking SDF's giant fucking iron mace vacuum sealed on your lips.
Same deal. Difference of opinion. He doesn't like the way that Iron Mace is managed. He thinks that they're being like a shitty management company. Like he doesn't think that they know what they're doing.
They don't.
Odin left of his own accord. He quit. They left the door open for him. I talked to Odin myself, aside from Iron Mace, and asked him what happened. Odin said that they left the door open for him. He could go back anytime he wanted to. He doesn't want to, but he could go back if he wanted to. I had a meeting regarding the GCX charity marathon, of which Iron Mace is supposed to be a part of because they were last year and it was amazing, raising money for childhood cancer, right? Childhood cancer research. They are going to be a part of that again this year, I hope. When I talked to Terry about GCX, he made mention that Odin left. But he also said to me independently, I never made mention that I even talked to Odin. Independently, he said Odin could come back and work for them anytime he wanted to. The door was always open. They loved having him there. Odin was a good employee. He passionately cared about the game. He was trying to organize the thought process of the community as it came through to Iron Mace and filter that in meaningful bulleted points that people thought that the game should be moving in a certain direction.
He was filtering. He did a pretty good job. He did say the abomination was going to be way bigger than we expected. And he did tell me there was going to be some really good arena maps and they were really good. He's really a good disseminator of useful information too, low-key. I kind of believe him. He said the arena maps are going to be based. The abomination is going to be huge. Way bigger than you think. Truly.
He was absolutely working on the community's behalf. I never once thought that he didn't. He has been a very, very decent person. He was not a host of a podcast. He was a...
So I don't know who fact-checked what, but it doesn't matter that any of this stuff is speculative. Again, it doesn't matter. What matters is that all the people afterwards tripping over their own lies and their reaction to the video. It has nothing to do with what's in the video. The video is whatever. It's like one of those things in a movie, right? Where you like, you know what's sad about the abomination? They didn't even add jiggle physics. But like, the thing is, it doesn't matter what was said. It's like in the movie where somebody says something they insinuate something, and then the person they're talking to self-reports, and they're like, oh, you didn't know that? You were just fishing? That's basically what's happening here. It seems like NotLikeThis knows a little bit of something. He threw out his rod, and he's fishing, and now all the fucking retards who have 4th grade IQs are self-reporting on themselves. Like OnePeg. He's just self-reporting on himself how he's fucking retarded. He just reported at the start of the video that he got Iron Mace insider information when he didn't work at the company way before everyone else did. He said that word for word.
Guest on the podcast, not a host of it. He actually refused to be on the podcast a number of times. In fact,
and then he made videos with the information.
He made a comment on NotLikeThis's video that somehow, mysteriously, as long as we're gaslighting, got deleted. I don't know how it could have gotten deleted, but it did. Dragging my name when he never once came to me for comment while using things all this set of context to push your narrative is pretty scummy and undermines the journalistic integrity of what you're presenting. There's a lot of plainly incorrect information in this video, which is interesting considering I know you talked to a few people and misrepresented or just flat out lied about what they said by choice. To be clear, I'm not defending Iron Mace. In fact, I resigned and left a few days ago because I got fed up with dealing with them. They would frequently lie to me and all of the overseas staff or completely leave us out of important conversations and ignore us. And what you attribute to me being a liar and just another example of the people who signed my check, changing their minds and making me look like a fool, one of the many reasons why I left. You also claimed I was a podcast.
By all means, tear down the shady practices and incompetent leadership. They absolutely deserve it. But if you wanted to do a fair takedown of my supposed complicit actions, you would have reached out to me, and you never did. The creator program was initiated, was indeed a failure. I wanted a much healthier relationship with greater feedback pipelines, testing rewards, and opportunities for people to grow alongside the game. And took an eternity of my time to get there, even to scratch the surface of what it was meant to be. Not every creator was NDA'd either. In fact, only about 20 of them were. And even creator NDAs and standard practice for quite literally every single studio. Yeah, but we don't care about that. Thanks, Shrub. We don't care about... Yeah, this is real. Curious that he skipped over that. Curious. See, this is what we were talking... Who's the guy that commented just a few seconds ago? And said they fact checked. Why didn't we fact check that paragraph?
So that's not.
Why did we skip over that paragraph exactly? And also, like, yeah, you kind of have to, like, you do want to reach out to people for comment or whatever, but like, he didn't really say anything about Odin specifically. So like, what did he have to ask Odin about? Like, he didn't really implicate Odin in doing anything. He just put Odin in the sphere of, like, bad business practices. He didn't really name Odin for anything in particular. So, like, I don't understand why, like, Odin isn't even complaining. Like, you weren't even really named in the video. You were in there for, like, 2 seconds, and he kind of glossed over you and said you were just part of the apparatus. So, like, I don't know. It seems like now you're just getting salty for no reason.
Not true. Before Iron Mace, I worked as...
Oh, you skipped over this one, too. Interesting. You also claimed I was a podcast host. That's not true either. I occasionally guest on the Hold the Line, which was hosted by Arcane Armor, and after I joined Iron Mace, I would often decline on going due to perceived conflict of interest, yada yada yada. Didn't he make his own podcast though? Didn't they make another official Iron Mace podcast? Isn't that what he's referring to in the video? He made an official Iron Mace podcast that was called Tavern Talk. What? Tavern Table, or whatever the fuck it was called. So yeah, you literally were a podcast host, you fucking moron. You made the Tavern Table, and you hit it. You did it. What? How many fucking webs of lies do we have to step over? Like, what's going on here? Like, you literally made the Tavern Table. I mean, you did it.
As an IT admin for a state government office. I took a significant pay cut, not to mention retirement benefits and stability, to join Iron Mace because it was my dream since I was a kid to work in the game industry, and I loved and believed in Dark and Darker. Like everyone else, I became jaded, but I did this out of passion for the game, of loving communities. I wanted people to succeed on all fronts. And thankfully, the creators, I know that I actually cared a great deal and tried my absolute damnedest to help them and make the game and community a better place.
Yo, shoutouts to Urban Gent. Shoutouts to Urban Gent.
But others who are not familiar, or more importantly, potential future employers, may take what you've said at face value, which is why it's important to tell the whole truth and not the biased narrative you want to tell. I take issue with that comment no longer existing. He edited down that comment.
I take issue with you reading half that comment and not reading the other important parts of that comment. I can point my finger too. I take issue with you not reading the two most important paragraphs in that entire fucking comment. I got an opposable finger too, brother. Why didn't you read the other two important paragraphs, you shithead? Could it be that they weren't the nicest paragraphs? Could it be that they imply that Odin literally just lied? No, couldn't be that.
And put it up and said, I expect better from you. It doesn't exist in the comments section anymore. Now, I don't know if there was anything in there that Odin wrote that he was like
OnePeg could never have a live conversation with anybody ever legitimately. This guy has got the intellect of like a fourth grader. Like, I'd be running circles around him and like he wouldn't know what to do, and he'd be like, he'd be like SpongeBob and Patrick.
Pat, get your wallet out. Okay, goodness lesson number 1.
Is it this one? This is literally OnePeg.
What is it, trusted sidekick?
What if we edit the voice and we go and then it's me, I'm Man Ray. That's Odin and OnePeg. And it's me, Imagine Cinema.
modded by YouTube, or if it got deleted. But there's no profanity. He doesn't end up using a slur. He just basically says, like, you did not do a good job. You didn't do your due diligence. And I agree. He did not. And I think it's got a lot of bias and slant to it. And not for nothing, like, there's a lot of reaching. Now, another point, though, that I will agree with, that I feel that Iron Mace has not paid attention to, is that their most popular game modes, being solos and duos and normals, etc., are being shoved off for like the whole trios only thing. And we have talked about that ad nauseum. I made a video about that literally yesterday, 24 hours ago, not even 24 hours ago, talking about how I thought that was a bad idea. And which is why all of these, like, is SDF killing Iron Mace and Dark and Darker by extension? Is SDF ruining the entire game for everyone? That's why all those videos got made, because of those changes that are getting made on test server that everybody seems to be pushing back on. But SDF is sticking to his guns anyway. If the game becomes less popular, the RMT associated with the game becomes less profitable. They're literally killing RMT because they're killing the player base off. So, like, if they were all about RMT, you would think that they would just be, like, trying to shove every game mode, make the...
What? Did he just try to justify the fact that the Iron Mace devs are so incompetent that they're ruining their game, but it's okay because RMT's going down? RMT go down, therefore number go up, we're good. The number just go up. Like, I gotta put that back down to 1 times. I gotta really listen to that one more time. Hold on, I really gotta like make sure I heard that exactly right.
Solos and duos and normals, etc., are being shoved off for like the whole trios only thing. And we have talked about that ad nauseum. I made a video about that literally yesterday, 24 hours ago, not even 24 hours ago, talking about how I thought that was a bad idea. And which is why all of these, like, is SDF killing Iron Mace and Dark and Darker by extension? Is SDF ruining the entire game for everyone? That's why all those videos got made, because of those changes that are getting made on test server that everybody
because he is
seems to be pushing back on. But SDF is sticking to his guns anyway. If the game becomes less popular, the RMT associated with the game becomes less profitable. They're literally killing RMT because they're killing the player base off. So, like, if they were all about RMT, you would think...
So I'll rephrase that for you so that everyone understands what you're saying, because you're trying to gaslight everyone. SDF is an incompetent developer, and we're losing players. And because we're losing players, we might lose some RMTers. Not, we're killing RMTers off. Don't worry, it's okay that the game is failing. Say it the normal way. Don't be a slime ball.
They would just be like trying to shove every game mode, make this game as popular as it possibly could be, and give
Rocket, not necessarily Rock Eater, sorry. Not necessarily. We don't know what the NDA is about. We have no idea information about that. The only thing we know is that he's positing that there's an NDA and there's like some secret backdoor deals and leaked information and bonus information and preferential treatment, which is all true. Preferential treatment is true. Backdoor information being told to people that don't work at Iron Mace is true. But we don't know what the NDAs are about, and we don't know how bad it is or what the deal is. There is definitely some conflict of interest stuff, but the main thing is everyone is really upset about it, and nobody knows why, because if there's nothing bad, then there's nothing to be upset about.
Give everybody all the content in the world and focus only on that. You know, taking away the most popular game modes, like it's counteractive to the narrative that he's trying to portray here. Okay, and then lastly,
yeah, but SDF is pro RMT. SDF is pro RMT, and he's trying to because like if he wasn't if he was against RMT as much as he says he was, he would have left the geofence on China, and he didn't do it. So he is pro RMT. Whether or not that's like you can hold all the blame on him for that, but like he is 100% pro RMT if he ungeofences the Chinese servers. Full stop.
This last section, he talks about where he's been.
He may not be cheering for it. He might not be like signing fucking RMT checks out, but like 100%, if you ungeofence that region, you are actively promoting RMT because that's where 90% of the RMT is coming from.
What he's been doing, et cetera, et cetera. He says that life is hard and he wants people to donate to him if they feel like this.
He wants to remove nullifier. No, I don't think that's true either. Even if you remove modifiers, RMT is still going to occur. You can still get artifacts, you can still get skull keys, and you can still get other useful pieces of gear. RMT will still be a thing. RMT has account boosting. RMT has rank boosting. RMT will still be a thing whether there's fucking rolls or there's no rolls. Will there be less? Probably, but it won't be less RMT as a whole. It'll just be different services. The RMT offer all the services. It doesn't matter. They'll just move. Instead of farming items, they'll farm skull keys. Or instead of farming this, they'll get something else. Or they'll boost accounts. The RMT is not going to go away just because there's no random rolls on the fucking gear. People just RMT random legendary pieces of gear then. Because legendary pieces of gear are supposed to be super rare now. When they remove the random rolls, they want, he said, and I quote, we want legendary gear to be way more sparse.
This video was something that they considered informative or educational entertaining. And he says that his life has been pretty dark, and it's dark enough to where like he feels like he would get in trouble with YouTube if he talks about it. Now, I got to be honest. My man, if you're going through some mental health shit or if life is tough, I fucking feel for you. I do. I've been there, man. I've lived out of my car, okay? Like, I know that like life can be shitty. From a mental health...
Oh, God. I swear to fucking Christ. If OnePeg tries to relate to this guy and then says he was living out of his car and then says some like takes the moral high ground afterward and goes like, yeah, just because like you're having a bad time and I was also having a bad time with my brain doesn't mean that like you can like, and he's going to either talk about the grandma thing or he's going to fucking take the moral high ground and be like, you can't be saying things, bro. You need to stop making videos, bro. If you have insider information that could lead to the arrest of Hillary Clinton, please stop making videos, bro.
Perspective, brother. I hope that whatever treatment you feel like you need to pursue, or if you've been pursuing it.
Yeah, but like, Kayla, like 100%, bro. Like 100%. Like you can't deny that it happens primarily in China, right? Like if we were to go look, like all the people are from China, like 90% of them, right? Like, come on. Now we're just splitting hairs.
Or,
we don't care that one guy's doing fire capes out of his basement in North America when there's like 700 fucking guys in Venezuela fucking making RuneScape gold, okay?
You need professionals to step in. Like, whether or not I agree with any of the shit that you're saying, man.
Bro's saying that he needs professional help? Oh, God.
Like, I hope that you're okay. If you're not okay, I hope that you find a way to become okay. Because, like, you know, it looks like you have a passion about, you know, editorial content. I think that you need to do a better job about it, but I would like to see more of this stuff from you. I would love to see you continue.
No, you wouldn't. You just spent the whole video telling him to stop making videos. You just spent the whole fucking video telling him to not make more videos because he's giving you too much information and your brain can't process it. Fuck off.
Doing this because obviously you have something that you care about and you're pursuing it. Please continue to do that. I may disagree with you, but I don't think you're a bad person. and I would like you to continue to be here. Okay? So like, I'm sorry that life is hard. I am.
Well, OnePeg definitely can't consider you a bad person, because if you're going off your own morals, it doesn't matter to OnePeg. So as long as you're following your moral code, it's okay with OnePeg.
Same time, though, I gotta be honest. You make mention in this very specific spot, an hour and 15 or so minutes into your video, about how I, on the first day of drops, of which I am not even listed among the people that you are showing here, you make mention of me specifically and say that I made more money on day one of the Twitch Drops campaign back in September than you have made in your total time in the 2 years that you have spent on YouTube. I don't know why we are comparing notes on this, or why you feel like I am.
Could we be comparing notes on it because you were on Twitch Drops day one, where you got funneled more viewers than everyone else? Could it be maybe that we're comparing you because you put reruns on to farm drops? Could that be why?
Someone that is undeserving of having earned the amount of money that I have on that day, because it was more.
No. No one said you didn't deserve the money that you made on that day. No one said that. Stop strawmanning, bro. He didn't say that. He said you got an advantage from Iron Mace to be put on the day one drops, which resulted in you getting more money. He didn't say you didn't deserve it, bro. No one said that. You said that because you secretly know you don't deserve it, you fucking loser. It's amazing. It's like, this should be, I mean, I'm sure it's been studied. It's amazing. People project and self-report all the time. He's thinking that in his head because he knows this fucking roach didn't deserve one fucking dime. And he's self-reporting on himself because he literally played a rerun video. He can't help but tell on himself. He's like, you think that I don't deserve it. No, OnePeg, you don't think you deserve it. And you know you don't deserve it, you fucking roach.
More money than what you've earned in your YouTube channel as a whole. I have spent 7.5 years doing this. It has been a full-time gig for me.
7.5 years being a roach, yep. Survived a couple nukes.
For the last 6 years. I feel like I work incredibly hard and diligently.
No, I don't know how much he made, but I know he made a lot. He wasn't the only person to have drops day one. There was probably about 15 or so people, maybe more. I don't know the exact number. But specifically, OnePeg being a scumbag was he left his stream on for more than 24 hours. I think it was like 48 or something like that, or more. And he was playing reruns, which is against Twitch TOS, which he got banned for. Curious, Mr. I'm holier than thou fucking moral high ground. I broke the rules because, well, there's no rules for OnePeg because OnePeg's rules come from his own morality. So if OnePeg deems it moral to break TOS rules, then why should OnePeg get banned?
At what it is that I do for a living. I don't know why I feel like I have to defend myself against this. Me making the money that I did on that day.
You actually didn't have to defend yourself at all. You could have just agreed that, yeah, I got preferential treatment, but then you self-reported.
I have no idea what kind of money I made. I can tell you that, like,
yes, you
my
do.
life is not a cheap thing to live. You know, I got 3 kids. My son is 20. You look like you're only a couple of years older than him even. I have a daughter in high school, or going into high school, and I have a toddler. I have a spouse. I have mortgage payments. I have bills. You know, I'm living like the life of somebody that's like, you know, lived a bunch of careers and decided that at 36,
yeah.
I wanted.
Imagine he's condescending. Hey, buddy, listen, I know that you don't have kids and you don't have a house because you're poor. You didn't make all the money on the fucking Twitch drops like me. And I know you don't got any bills because you're a brokey loser, but I do. Think of me, bro. Think of me and all the bills and expenses I have because I'm so rich and famous. Think of me, bro. And let me use my quiet radio voice and look down at the camera when I'm talking to you so I can make it show that you know that you're beneath me, you fucking idiot. You fucking pompous buffoon. Shut the fuck up.
To become a full-time content creator and tried to make a run at it, and I got lucky, and people ended up resonating with the stuff I make. I don't know.
Yeah, they really resonated. That's why you hopped from Tarkov to Dark and Darker when everyone called you a fucking retard, right? They really resonated with your dog shit Tarkov opinions. That's why you hopped games, bro. They really were resonating with your soy opinions, your slop that you pushed out. That's why everyone doesn't like you in this game too, because they really agree with your opinions on how everything you say is fucking retarded. They really agree with you, bro.
I don't know why that happened.
My girlfriend caught me cheating and I gotta like do this, like, look at his, like, movements. He's, like, doing, like, the wife caught you cheating. You're like, I'm sorry, babe. I just have needs, and I go off my own moral code. And if you want to be upset about that, that's okay. Like, look at my shoulders and the way I'm crouching, and I'm not a threat to you. If you want to be upset, that's your problem, not my problem. Holy shit, it's like a fucking movie.
But I'm trying not to lose.
He's, like, looking off into the ether. He's got to, like, make up his story. Like, look. What is it if you look down to the left or down to the right, you're making up a story?
Who's that? And sometimes, one of the things, maybe you learn, maybe you don't. Sometimes you learn how to play the game. And sometimes you burn.
Sometimes you learn how to scam. So, he self-reported again. Sometimes you just learn how to be a scumbag. Sometimes you just learn how to play the system, play the game. Sometimes you learn how to pump out slop.
Bridges. I burned a big one with Battlestate Games. Battlestate Games won't even fucking talk to me in the vast majority of circumstances. I still get included on Twitch drops and stuff, and I can still send in a DM to Nikita, but there's a lot of people in that studio that hate my fucking guts because of calling them out for shit that they did. Looking back on it, I probably would have been a little bit softer about it.
Is it a myth, Kayla? Michaela? Could be. It's possible.
Because
I haven't fact-checked that. I just, threw it out there in the ether. Could be wrong.
When you're early on, you're trying to make
I know that if you're trying to remember something, technically, normally you look up and you fucking...
a splash.
I don't think that's a myth.
And you say really loud things. And you try and be really loud about it. And people will resonate with that by saying, fuck yeah, he's standing up for what he believes in. Both feet on the floor, bro. Like, puff out your chest. Don't shy away from it. Stand there and fucking...
Wait. He's about to
make a splash.
He's about to, like, self-report
because
again.
of calling them out for shit that they did. Looking back on it, I probably would have been a little bit softer about it. Because when you're early on, you're trying to make a splash. And you say really loud things. And you try and be really loud about it. And people will resonate with that by saying, fuck yeah, he's standing up for what he believes in. Both feet on the floor, bro. Like, puff out your chest. Don't shy away from it. Stand there and fucking yeah. Except the people that look at you as somebody that's polarizing and loud, unless you end up getting a massive audience, like an Asmongold or a Tectone or something like that, where you're getting like tens of thousands of concurrent viewers to where it doesn't matter anymore, you lose out on relationships with game devs, people that you would like to be able to talk to about the questions that you're trying to have answered. They won't talk to you because you'd rather slag them in a video like this instead of going and asking them the inquisitive questions. It looks like you did a little.
So it's okay for OnePeg to burn bridges and slag BSG Games because he's got a new home. But now that this guy is doing the same thing, now it's not okay. It was okay when I did it by Battlestate Games. I can call out Tarkov devs. It's okay when I do it, but now that you're calling out my devs, my steak, you're trying to take from my plate, bro. Now it's not okay, bro. You're gonna lose out, man. What? Yeah, I don't even think he got I don't even think that he got ousted from Tarkov as far as I'm aware for anything crazy. He got out because people didn't like him because he was just like
a bit with Soma, but you tried to sound accusatory at the same time. Other people,
Yes. When you're accusing people of doing bad things, you tend to sound accusatory. Revelations here, guys. I'm like the fucking galaxy meme. I'm accusing someone and I sound accusatory. Holy shit. OnePeg called BSG for making it easier for cheaters. If I call correctly, he told BSG they should require something like phone verification for new accounts to prevent cheaters from having multiple accounts and buying accounts. Okay. I know what that's to do with this.
In future game devs, like, you cough and joke about how Legacy Steel and Sorcery is a shit game. Okay? You could believe that, and that's okay. Make a pointed video about the individual mechanics that you dislike and why. Make comparisons to other games that you like more.
Yeah, bro. Explain yourself. Go into detail like me in this video. Please, explain yourself like Soma did. Explain yourself. Tell me why you don't like these things in Legacy Source Steel. Make a big essay like Soma did when he left the company and he had all this other stuff.
I have been critical of Legacy myself. I don't like the over-the-shoulder camera. I say that as much as I have over history. But I also talk about things that I like about the game too. Because I believe...
And what if he doesn't like anything about the game? What then, one dork? What if he likes nothing about Legacy, Seal, and Sorcery? What is he going to do? Make up some story like you? What if he doesn't like anything?
That the game is kind of cool. Now, there are people that don't like the New World combat, style combat. That's fine. It's not everybody's cup of tea. But you can talk to the effect of why it is that you dislike a game and why you think that it's not okay or it's not fun or whatever without having to sound like so wholly negative that you offer nothing constructive and no insight into it other than saying, like, this is a shit game. Be someone that people...
Like, now we're not even talking about Dark and Darker. Now you're getting mad at him because he called Legacy, Sorcerer, and Steel, like, bad? What? And then, like, to call... Like, not only that, like... What? That's what I was about to say. What is this, bro?
Today, I'll be dropping tons of information, so if you live and breathe Dark and Darker, I hope you enjoy.
What is it? What's this? What's this? Where's EDP? Where's EDP? What's this? What's this, huh?
What's this, you fucking piece of shit?
What's this, you piece of shit?
What's this?
What's this?
Huh?
Huh?
What's this, motherfucker? What's this? Huh? What's this?
Ooh, got him.
What the fuck is this, motherfucker? Huh? What's this?
What's this, bro? What's this? Exactly. What's this, bro? What is... I don't know.
Want to come...
You know what's funny? It's almost like he's shilling for Sorcery and Steel already because he knows this game is cooked and he's going to hop ship to Sorcery and Steel. Thoughts?
To because they understand and
he might already have hop shipped. He might have hop shipped to Legacy, Sorcery and Steel because he knows data's cooked once the information gets out.
Process and your inquisitive nature, wanting to know more, ask questions, don't make assumptions.
We did ask questions. And then Soma dodged all the questions. We did ask questions, and Repose and all the guys said that nothing happened, and they don't know, and well, it may have happened. I may have been working with Soma. I may have had a partnership. I may have disclosed it. I might have done some things. You might have been doing a little quid pro quo. I might have got secret insider information from Iron Mates before employees at OnePeg. I might have done that, and I might have shared it on a YouTube video.
A lot of this video looks like you're making a lot of assumptions, bro. And I don't know why. I'm someone that is being directly compared.
It seems like you're making a lot of assumptions about his video because you didn't actually read it or watch it.
To you, and why it's ridiculous that I made the amount of money that I did on that day. But
oh my God, he's got like a victim complex. He's still talking about the money thing. He's got like a victim. He's still talking about the money thing. Bro, it's not about the money. It's about the fact that you were promoted over other people. And that you farmed views by putting replays on, you fucking dumbass.
But if you notice, there are 4 content creators right here that are above me. Yammy, this last drops.
And you're right here, bud. If we just got rid of this graph, this little editing software, you're probably right here, bud. Oh, wow. Damn. You're on the front page. Damn, unlucky, bro. Unlucky.
Week, okay, made like probably 2 or 3 times more money than I did in that same week because he was the most popular guy in that entire category. You also never mentioned that Sequisha had like 3 times the number of viewers that I did that day. So he would have made significant...
Yeah, Sequisha isn't under NDA. Sequisha wasn't working with Soma. Sequisha didn't put reruns on his fucking thing, you dork.
Significantly more money than me that day, but you never picked on him. He's been on Twitch for like 11 or 12 years. You never went after him, though. I wonder why. Could it be perhaps that, like, you wouldn't have gotten the response that you would have gotten from a guy like me? You probably figured that I would respond to you. You want to talk?
Oh my God, he's making it about him too. You did respond to him, you fucking retard. If that's what he was assuming, he was correct. Because you can't help yourself. You're like a fucking junkie. Yeah, Sequisha went to the steakhouse too, but I don't think he signed an NDA with Dark and Darker because he doesn't even really play it. He's a junkie. He can't stop talking about it. So this is like a tier 1 narcissist.
That are above me. Yammy, this last drops week, okay, made like probably 2 or 3 times more money than I did in that same week because he was the most popular guy in that entire
60
category.
chess because I responded to your 40 chess how you thought I would. True.
You also never mentioned that Sequisha had like 3 times the number of viewers that I did that day. So he would have made significantly more money than me that day. But you never picked on him.
Yeah. Not only that, bro. Not only that. Even if we discount all the stuff that he's saying, what if he just did randomly pick you randomly? Okay. Should we ask Not Like This to post his earnings and then compare it to Sequisha? We can do that in the next video if you would like, if it will make you feel better. Would it make you feel better if we picked on some other people too? Should we spread the bullying around a little bit? Should we pick on some other people too? Would that make you feel better, bro? Like, yeah, all these people are in the same boat as you, bro. They all got put on page 1. Only this guy, as far as I'm aware, is not under some sort of NDA work agreement with Soma. But like,
he's been on Twitch for like 11 or 12 years. You never went after.
Funny enough, actually, now that we're talking about it, isn't it curious, OnePeg, that out of all these people that are up here, you didn't talk about Repose? Why? Or Jay? Why didn't you talk about these guys? These guys had more viewers than you, made more money. Why didn't you talk about these guys? Could it be that they're under the same problem that you're under? That they're implicated in something? That their conflict of interest is high? Why didn't you talk about these guys? Maybe he does in the next minute. Maybe he does in the next minute.
Could it be perhaps that like you wouldn't have gotten the response that you would have gotten from a guy like me? You probably figured that I would respond to you. You want to talk about gaslighting? This is one of those moments. And yeah.
That's the face of a gaslighter, guys. That's not the face of a gaslighter, okay? I say it all the time. Physiognomy tells all, okay? Someone is lying to you, okay? Someone is lying to you. We don't know who it is, okay? We don't know for sure. Someone is lying to you. Out of these 2 images, OnePeg and Not Like This, which one is lying to you and gaslighting you? I mean, the resemblance is striking, really. Okay, stop doing the stupid thing, Bert. Okay. We should flip it around so we're sure, so we got it right. Who is gaslighting here? Is it OnePeg? Or is it Not Like This? Which one is doing the gaslighting? I think it might be you, OnePeg. I think it might be you. Physiognomy tells all, bro. It might be you, bro. You might be doing the gaslighting.
I took the rage bait, I guess. But at the same time, I feel like I could offer up a message to the community at large.
These guys are using bows in this fucking sword fighting game.
I took the rage bait. Sure. That's what it was. It wasn't the ego bait. It wasn't, no, it wasn't that.
Like, it doesn't
I can tell you're really mad too.
Have to be like this, man. You can be critical of a game dev and not be someone that makes...
Shut it down. The feds are here. Shut it down. Shut it down. Quick. Shut it down. The feds are here. Quick. Shut it down.
These guys are using bows in this fucking sword fighting game.
Like egregious, crazy assumptions. Like SDF is cheating at his own game on live because...
He never said that. He never said that. For the 5th time, he never said that, dude.
This random DM that I got from a guy.
And it wasn't a random DM. It was from Walprug's kid. You fucking inbred.
Says that he did. Like, that is a crazy fucking reach. Even if it's true, you have to prove it. There's no sense in reporting it. If you want to be a good journalist, there is no sense in reporting on something like this unless you can prove it. Now, granted,
we can't speculate on anything, boys. If you don't have the video of Epstein literally fucking the kid, you can't report on him, bro. You can't get him in trouble. If you don't have video evidence of Jeffrey Epstein sexually assaulting minors, you can't report on it, bro. You can't do that to him. His reputation might get ruined. Think of that. Think of, he's got a family, bro. And his kid, he's got 3 kids. He's got a family. He's got mansions the bills to pay. He's got cars that he's got leased. And you just want to throw out these claims? Sickening. Truly sickening.
I have said an awful lot in this video about things that I believe to be true and said that I could have gone and like shown you DMs, but I...
Notice how he says things that I believe to be true. So, Not Like This here has to have the objective truth in order to report on something, but me, OnePeg, the boomer, my 40-year-old boomer, can say whatever I believe to be true. Whatever I believe in make-believe land can be true. But you have to have the exact document and screenshot labeled and the fucking server timestamp for you to report on something. Curious, OnePeg. Very curious.
Didn't, right? So I guess I'm as much as to blame for that as anybody else. I'm just trying to, I guess, portray myself in a way that, like, I would like people to believe that I'm trustworthy. If you don't...
There's no way, bro. There's no fucking way. Oh my God, there's no way. Please, can't you just believe me that I'm trustworthy, bro? Believe that I'm trustworthy, bro.
Fault and make them feel like it, okay? So I just want you to keep the gaslighting thing in the back of your head because...
Just believe me, bro. Believe me. What I believe to be true, just believe me, bro.
I can't blame you, but I don't really think I have anything to prove. I'm just some guy that really likes playing video games, and I like reviewing games.
I don't have anything to prove. That's why I made a 45-minute video about your video, trying to prove Iron Mace's innocence, and my innocence, and other people's innocence. I only made a 45-minute video, just like I never, ever, ever, never, ever, once, ever DM'd SDF ever about balance changes, ever. Never. Not once. Ever. Never happened. Never. Ever. Never. Never once. Never. Ever. Not once. Ever. I was the official communication channel for Iron Mace before they had a Twitch. But never, ever would I ever do that. Ever. Not once.
Written a message to SDF saying that
and I like having
conversations,
talks with game devs. I like asking them about their process. I like asking them about what it is that they're creating.
OnePeg, curious. Could you perchance have maybe asked SDF what was going on at Iron Mace behind the scenes and then maybe received official information before employees at Iron Mace? Like you said at the start of your video, is that what you're referring to by chance when you talk to the game devs? That you receive information before employees at Iron Mace? Could that be some of the information you inquired about from your talks with SDF perchance?
Ideas that they have in their head.
He said the same thing to BSJ to people who cared about the game and criticized serious fundamental mechanic issues while he sucked them off and said the game is basically perfect. W.
Learn more about what makes their game unique. Because I think that talking to artists about what it is that they're creating for their art form is...
It is kind of unique that we've added 0 content to the game. It's kind of unique that we're on the same stupid idiotic balance updates over and over. It's kind of unique that we like pick and choose what we're going to do, when we're going to update, how long it's going to take to update, what content we're going to release that we said we were going to release. It is kind of curious. I kind of am curious about that too. We can kind of pick and choose that stuff and pick and choose what facts we omit and what facts we consider. We read half of Odin's paragraph, not the other half. We say that there's no insider information being leaked, but Seb did it and they leaked it to me and I reported on myself. I mean, yeah, I guess if that's what we want to do.
It's kind of cool. I want to know more about it. And I think that there's a lot of people that also want to know more about that stuff too.
We actually do. Would you care to share some of your DMs, sir?
Why I try to ask questions that other people want to know so that the community gets the answers to the things that they have. I'm trying.
Curious. You didn't answer one of Not Like This's questions the entire video. You just dodged every single question. But you're really trying to answer the questions that everyone wants to know. You have a burning desire for journalism. What a stand-up guy you are. My God, get you a job at the White House.
To be, at best as I can, a conduit for everybody else.
Ah, yes. You're such a conduit for really good opinions, bro.
Never been paid a single penny by anyone in Iron Mace. They did buy me dinner, but that has...
No, they just put you on the front page and gave you a bunch of people to follow you on day 1 of Twitch drops, and then you reran your slot video because you didn't even want to stay up for the 48 hours because you're a fucking boomer and you couldn't hack it. We know.
Hasn't changed any of the opinions that I have of them, other than getting to know one guy that worked for the company that I thought was kind of cool. Oh, hey.
My opinions from the company that basically paid for my entire existence didn't change over the entire time they were paying for my existence. Just know that, guys. I would never, ever, ever think of them in a good light ever, even though they were giving me my entire living for the last 2 years. Ever. I would never do that. My opinion of them would be super crude, super I'm full of integrity. I'm just bursting at the seams with integrity.
Editor one.
Beaming beacon of righteousness. True. Here, OnePeg here in my editing software where I had to edit the gaslighting out. I have to come back and gaslight you one more time just before I finish.
Peg here. In regard to the dinner thing, So Bad Strange, Enboss, Jay, Yanny, lots of people were invited.
Lots of people, just willy-nilly. Lots of really high-profile streamers were just kind of invited to this secret dinner, and where we were signing NDAs and some stuff. Just some people. It was just some fucking friends at the dinner, man. Like just me and Sean Combs and Jeffrey Epstein and maybe like the Prime Minister of England and like the King, maybe Bill Gates, Tom Hanks might have been there. Maybe Kevin Spacey was a part of it. Just a few, like Ellen maybe was there once or twice. Just like a few of us were there. It's no big, it's like whatever. Just some average, like run-of-the-mill, humble guys. Whatever. It's kind of whatever, man.
So was he. He was also invited. He even, in Soma invited a lot of people. But for whatever reason, maybe it's because he likes him, he never mentioned that the lore was there. Or Anthony Kong fan. Or Sequisha.
Yeah. Let me tell you why, OnePeg. I don't believe those people were mentioned because as far as I'm aware so far, and I could be wrong, they didn't sign NDAs, you fucking inbred. That's why they weren't talked about. We were talking about the people that signed NDAs, brother, that were being also managed by Soma, brother.
They were all there too. So, I mean...
Just me and my friends were all there too.
If we're all paid shills, wouldn't the lore be a paid shill too? But then again, it seems like you and the lore are friends. So maybe you just didn't want to name lore for...
Maybe the lore is a paid shill. I don't know. He criticizes the game quite a bit, but he also shilled the DLC, if I'm not mistaken. So he's kind of a paid shill. Yeah. But also, in the gang-up call afterwards, the lore was the only person in there actually concerned about your dying grandma. Curious. I wonder why someone like NotLikeThis would be apathetic to the lore after the lore in the video call afterwards was the only person that seemed that wasn't jumping the gun and trying to fucking rifle questions down NotLikeThis' throat and was concerned about his grandma. Curious. I wonder why you would be friends with the lore. Mind-boggling.
Because you didn't want to associate him with all of the rest of us? I don't know. But
yeah, it's because he's not associated with you because he didn't sign the NDA and you did, you fuckwit.
But I don't think any of them are paid shills, man. I think maybe you just didn't like that you didn't get picked for dodgeball or something. I don't know. If by this definition I am a shill, then I am proud of the shill that I have become. That's all I got to say.
Self-report one more time. Just get one more self-report on. You are a proud shill. You're proud of it. I know. Thank God. You'd tell us one more time.
Anyway, guys, thank you for watching the video. I'm gonna go take a nap.
He had to self-report one more time. I'm a proud shill. I'm a proud shill and I'm not afraid. I'm sick and it's like the Joker meme. It's like the Joker. I'm sick and tired. He's literally the Joker. He thinks he's the Joker. This is him. This is literally OnePeg. Okay.
Here's one.
Oh, he's definitely a boomer. Oh, he's self-reporting immediately.
Man, it is really sad that this is the state of...
It truly is really sad, I agree.
...affairs that we're in here.
Mm-hmm.
Joe, this video is mainly for you. in the spirit of transparency, this is the third time I've recorded this. The first two, I
couldn't quite tweak the gaslighting to make me look as good as possible. In the first two, I kind of sounded like a piece of shit, maybe. So I had to tweak it a few more times, really get my somberness down, really shrug my shoulders down, really look down. I'm really defensive. My palms are up. I'm not a threat. Look at my shoulders. They're way depressed. I'm like 42 and I'm depressed. My shoulders are down. I'm looking down. My inflection is down. My voice is very somber. So you have to believe me.
was pretty heated. You may have sensed from my comment yesterday that you did respond to. I appreciate that. You may have sensed from that comment that I was pretty angry. And to be honest, I still am. What you did to Soma and Odin,
oh God,
was borderline, but not completely unforgivable. Now,
what you did to Soma by asking some questions is unforgivable. How dare you ask some questions? How dare you insinuate that now we know that Soma had a partnership with some streamers? How dare you? How dare you insinuate that Soma had some sort of extra information, even though he's the head of marketing, so he definitely needed that to do his job? How dare you insinuate that, bro?
Now, I think that there is a certain amount of righteous anger that should and probably will be coming your way, especially from Soma. And I can tell you firsthand that in my humble
caveat, the last however long I've been streaming could be totally a wash if Soma comes out with some crazy fucking nuke. If someone comes up with some crazy nuke and everything was a giant nothing burger, I'm going to be in shambles. I doubt it's the case, but it's definitely possible. However, even if it's a giant nothing burger, there's still levels of like incompetence where some of the opinions or facts that Not Like This said are still true, even if a lot of the stuff gets kind of thrown out the window because someone all of a sudden comes up with some crazy fucking video that just like solves all the missing loops. Because OnePeg already fucked it up, and instead of waiting 72 hours and then making a video, he couldn't help himself, so he already self-reported on much of the stuff. So now we know it's true. But like aside from that, it could be nothing bigger.
opinion, you're just flat out wrong. It's a real shame.
Surely, in this 3-minute and 48-second video, he's going to prove to us why Not Like This is wrong. Surely. He's going to come with hard receipts like OnePeg wants. Surely. Timestamps and everything.
That you built a video that had...
Oh my God, I didn't even see this. What the fuck? Did he have like a conference call with OnePeg? Why is it always the gaslighters that mention gaslighting?
A lot of really valid points. You built two really large bookends, and sandwiched in the middle was a bunch of crap.
So what he's specifically talking about here is he's insinuating that, again, like all the other people did, because they're all in on the same fucking scheme, game, whatever, the balance stuff at the start of the video and at the end of the video was really good. But the part where you were insinuating that I might have been doing something bad is not so good. Yeah, I know this is a quote from Not Like This. I know that was on his thing. That's where he got it from. But I'm saying the only reason why he put this on here was because OnePeg put it in his video. Right? You think that two boomer 40-year-olds who are like best buddies here didn't talk about this beforehand? Yeah, you do the gaslighting video. Yeah, oh yeah. And then I'll do gaslighting in my video. And then that way we have two gaslighting claims. And then we can both gaslight at the same time. And then it'll be double gaslight. It'll be like an oven.
You did basically a character assassination, and I can't figure out for the life of me why, other than...
Because he was correct? And because there's something fishy going on? And I'm sure Soma's character is going to be perfectly fine, especially if Soma has nothing going on in the scene, nothing going on in the back. I'm sure he's going to get out perfectly fine, bro. Especially if Not Like This is so egregiously wrong, surely nothing's going to come of it. If, like we saw with Demo's character, quote unquote, got assassinated, but we type in Demo on Dark and Darker on YouTube, he's still pumping out the slop, he's still getting the views. I'm sure his character is going to be immaculate when it's over if nothing bad happened. Sure.
It just sounds like you were really, really hurt. Like,
yep, he definitely was.
Child, hurt, juvenile, that you weren't part of the cool kids club.
Oh my God. The boomers are insufferable, dude. They're insufferable. Look at the label. He's insufferable. The labeling. You just sound like you were... He definitely had a meeting with fucking OnePeg. This is the meeting. This is a meeting between OnePeg and him. Okay. All right. I'm going to say that he, he didn't get picked at dodgeball and he was left out from the team. Yep. And I'll make sure, and I'll call him juvenile little kid who just feels like he was left out of the group. Oh, that's good. That's good. Make sure you say juvenile. Really harp on him that we're old and I have authority and he's young and he has no authority. Really make sure we highlight juvenile. Make sure you show your gray beard a little bit too. Put some Just for Men in there. Some little pepper, blackened salt and pepper in your beard real quick. Just so we got to command the space for being old. Yeah, that's a really good idea, dude. And then I'll talk about my family because I'm so much older than him. And I'll talk about my kids. And then you talk about your family and Soma's kids. Oh, dude, yeah, we're all old guys and we have kids. We can use our kids as like we can shell off some of the blame on our kids because we have families. We have to worry about our Yeah, that's really, oh, dude, this is going to be foolproof. No one's going to see through this, right? No one with like a 4th grade IQ could possibly see through this. Oh my God.
And I feel...
How long until he brings up his family? What do we think? 1 minute?
Bad for you, man, because...
No, you don't.
Number one, you and I know a lot of the same people. We have some of the same community and content creator friendships.
No, you don't.
Shared friendship.
You're friends with Soma and all those other guys.
You know what the problem is? There's so many shitty barbarians that when you run into like an actual good barbarian, it's like it throws you off.
Fly zone, gentlemen.
I saw a wolf barb. I was like, oh, this guy's a fucking bot.
That is
free loot. Unfortunately,
you really blew
I may have been the free loot.
I had a pretty
definitely not a news. Like I'll be the best
high
solo
opinion
barb
of you
player
until yesterday. What you did with Soma and Odin was just flat out wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Same with I'd like to talk more about it. I'll stick to what I said in the comments. I'd love to have a chat because I'm really struggling to put like how you get 1 + 1 equals 11. Because that's what it seems like you did with a lot of this.
No. We determined that 2 + 2 = 4. And then OnePeg said, well, my truth is 2 + 2 = 7. And we have to go off my morality, which is most important. So therefore, I'm correct. I think that's what the timeline we're on, actually.
This information that you've really cherry-picked and fit a narrative that almost paints you as a victim for not getting the preferential treatment that you felt like you earned.
Why? Why do they always do it? You didn't get the preferential treatment. Are you implying that there might have been preferential treatment? Is that what you might be saying when you say that? Are you potentially maybe saying that there might have been preferential treatment and you thought you deserved it, but you didn't get it? There might have been preferential treatment being thrown around and not shared with people that maybe disagreed with Soma and other people? Could you maybe be alluding to that preferential treatment? Is that the preferential treatment we were talking about? Because I'd like some of that too, Loki. Like, I wish I could get some like preferential treatment too.
Or that you were due.
Here's my preferential treatment. Here's my preferential treatment. I don't want to show DMs because I don't know who the fuck DM'd me. This is my preferential treatment. Me begging Grayson for the 40th time to let me in Troubadour. And then once I praised him enough, he finally let me in. That's my preferential treatment. I had to grovel like a pig, you fucking pig.
So, if I'm off base in that, I would love to chat about it.
Certainly off base. You're on
we can do it on your channel.
You're on fucking Hoth, bro. You're on Hoth. You're supposed to go to Yavin 4 and you made it to Hoth, bro. Like, you got the Star Wars portrait pictures in the background. You were supposed to fucking make it to Hoth, and you went to Yavin. It's over for you, bro. You're on the wrong base.
Care. I just think it would be good.
Wait.
You earned, or that you were due. So, if I'm off base in that, I would love to chat about it. We can do it on your channel, my channel. Don't really care. I just think it would be good, especially for the community, if you had a chance to explain in more detail what your motive was for that.
No. You have to explain what the fuck is going on. My boy did the explaining in an hour. You have to explain what the fuck is going on over there. And why everyone is so upset and so fucking like afraid of the boogeyman. You have to explain what's going on. My boy did the explaining. You have to explain why you're so rattled.
And if my suspicion is correct, and maybe you are wrong and willing to admit that you're wrong, then maybe there's a place where you have an opportunity for redemption in that regard.
But the people, he might know what he's doing. But, like, I love how we're automatically painting him in a bad light. Like, he's already the villain. And don't worry, you're the villain already. But I'm so benevolent. I'm so humble. You'll have your chance to grovel at my feet and get your redemption. We'll let you back into the cool kids club. All you have to do is say, we did nothing wrong. It's okay. We'll extend the hand. We'll extend the Midas hand to you. Don't worry. All you have to do is say that we did nothing wrong. It's okay. We'll let you back in. Like, do you see what I'm saying when these people are already sounding guilty before anything even happened? Like, he's already painting him as the villain and that I'm the good guy and we'll let you redeem yourself. You just have to kiss my ring. If you just kiss my cock ring on my finger because I'm old and I can't get it up. If you just kiss it, we'll let you back into the cool kids club. That's all you have to do. If you're man enough, of course. We know that you might not be man enough to admit that you're wrong. So all you have to do is kiss the ring. It's okay. Holy shit, these people are fucking... It's like absurd.
Because the rest of your video, it seems like everybody else, the beginning and the end, is some really solid points.
Yeah, we know the balance of the game sucks. Fucking, we don't care about that. No one's here for the balance. We know it's garbage. We care about you fucking meat riding.
But for me, it was completely overshadowed by the hit piece.
It was a real hit piece.
It's just really disappointing.
How will Soma ever recover in his fucking mansion in San Francisco? How will he ever recover with his family and 3 kids and his military pension? How will he ever recover? Woe is me. Soma's just, he's down bad. He's never going to get another job anywhere. Woe is me. Some random YouTuber